Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. Happy Friday. It's good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. We survived another week. We survived another year. At least that's the rumor. It's 2020. Who cares? It's another day. I never got excited about the whole New Year thing. To be fair, I don't get excited about my birthday. It's just another day. And I don't mean that in like the super depressing way. I just mean like, whatever. We'll take one day at a time. But it was a good night for me. My wife went to hang out with her family, or her uncle and cousins and friends and whatnot, and I stayed at home with the baby. I drank a whole bottle of wine by myself, and I played a bunch of Skyrim. I think it was 2012's game of the year, and it was fantastic. I couldn't have asked for any better. I hopped on. Fly Purdue was streaming. I caught the 5 minutes prior to and at the ball drop with Fly Purdue and his chat, and then I immediately went to bed. I changed the baby and I went to bed, and it was fantastic. We survived though. We're here. Gary Lauderdale, good to see you. I can't get Squawk Box to connect to any one of the current servers. You need to go to VatSim, their website, and you need to download the new stuff. If you have not updated since the new codec went live like 3 months ago, you're not going to be able to connect. So go download one of the new pilot clients and use those. If you're on Xplan, I highly recommend Xpilot. If you're on XSX or P3D, I have no idea. Somebody else here can tell you what to use. Yeah. Artisan Simulation, how you doing, man? For what it's worth, we are in the right part of Arizona. Are you in the part that gets real hot in the summertime? See, there's no perfect area in the country. There's no perfect area. Because where the weather's super nice, we're talking like parts of California and whatnot, you get to deal with things like earthquakes and, exceptionally high cost of living and the entire area going up in flames once a year. I don't know of any other part of the country where I would say you have perfect weather. Rains a lot in the Northwest. Gets real hot and humid in the South. Got snow up here in the North. Central Plains, don't even want to talk about that. You get everything. So yeah, Hawaii seems perfect. Hawaii might be pretty good. Hawaii might be all right. I don't know anything about Hawaii's weather though. I've never been to Hawaii. Seahawk Gaming, how you doing, my friend? You're the best streamer out there. Well, thank you, Boeing Kid. I appreciate that, buddy. Arrow Raider, welcome aboard. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I went flying last weekend. I took my wife up for the first time. It's the first time she'd been up at the airplane since, I think like June. So we went to grab some lunch on Saturday at Keene. I felt like I flew pretty well. I had two of the absolute best landings that I've had ever in the 172. The approaches were fine, but the landings were chef's kiss butter. So I was very happy about that. Met up with Mr. Max himself. Max flew up, and we had some lunch and just chatted, shot the breeze. I hadn't seen Max. Gosh, I saw Max briefly at Oshkosh, and that was probably the last time I had seen him since all the way back to Flight Sim Expo. I think. Like I don't think we've had time to get together at all. So it was nice to finally see him again. Disgruntled Sailor, how you doing, my friend? Happy Friday. Here in Britain, we have quite mild winters, whereas North America have freezing cold winters, and a lot of times it seems because of the Coriolis effects or some nonsense. Yeah, but you know what? Talking to Squirrel and whatnot, it sounds like it's been raining there for like a month and a half. So you guys might have some of the warmth, and not a lot of the cold, and probably not a lot of the snow, but it does sound like it's pretty poopy there sometimes of the year. Not to be a Debbie Downer or anything. That's why snowboarding is the correct way to live. Oh, snowbirding is the correct way to live. Yeah, live in the north during the summer, live in the south during the winter. It's probably the way to go. I would love to go to Alaska when they do. Alaska's on my list too. I'd love to go to Alaska. Hawaii's got volcanoes. That's true. Yeah. Especially some of there are some active islands there too. Oh, that's right. We met up in Norwood. Yeah, that's right. This is not found. I forgot. Yeah, that was gosh, when was that? Like October, was it? I don't even remember. It's been so long. Chrononation is good to see you, man. Mahoven, welcome aboard. Am I going to Oshkosh? Yeah, I'll be at Oshkosh. My day job is working for a company called Cloud Ahoy, where we provide software for the aviation industry. which means that I will be going to Oshkosh every year as long as I work at Cloud Ahoy. I will say that working for a company that's there exhibiting does kind of take some of the fun away. It was a very busy and very, maybe not stressful, but tiring time last year going. So, but I will be there. If you guys are going to Oshkosh, let me know. We got a ways to go for that one, but we'll definitely come up with some times to try to meet up and grab a drink or shoot the breeze if we can. Jameson Dorr, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you around for a while either. Are you straight? Are you controlling tonight? Nah, we got Geneva and Brandon tonight, it looks like. Or just Geneva. I saw we had Marcus earlier, but is it the sister company to Chips Ahoy? I think Chips Ahoy is probably better. I'd rather have some nice delicious cookies than debriefing software. That's just me though. Read my text, please. I read your texts, man. You don't have to beg for that. Do I know any I don't know if any updates on the A380. So here's the thing. When it comes to product releases and things like that, I know less than most people do because I don't care about updates on products. I don't care about work in progress or anything until something is almost or actually released. And if I know anything about products that are in development, let's say major flight simulators that may be coming out in the next 6 to 12 months, I'm probably not going to be allowed to talk about them. So I have no idea what's going on with an A380. Been working Fridays recently on vacation now. Gotcha. Okay. 777 Bob, what's going on? Mo Faze, good to see you. Ryanair Pilot, welcome aboard. Neil J, happy Friday. I'm doing very well, buddy. How are you? Yeah.
Retard.
Couldn't agree more. Happy New Year. Oh yeah, Happy New Year. Right. So just because I bah humbug about New Year doesn't mean everybody else is going to. So I hope you all had a delightful New Year. I hope you all had a delightful holiday. Our holiday was exceptionally stressful and busy, but it's like that every single year. So we're in a good place though. We're in a good place. We got a lot going on. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and yeah, we're gonna go fly some airplanes. SideQuest, good to see you, man. I'm doing very well, buddy. How are you tonight? That's early access confirmed. Yeah, I can confirm that I am under NDA. That's about all I got for you. Saldino, how you doing, man? Off to Houston twice this month. Not sure what weather to expect. Houston, man. Yeah, Houston, it kind of depends. Like they get some snow down there, usually like once a year or so. Explain to me the global version, ups and downs, 787 or A330 compared to the version of the global, but I don't know anything about the mobile version of that stuff. I have no idea about the mobile version of X-Plane. I've never once, I won't say I've never once used it. I've used it a couple times, but only in passing for jokes. I think Infinite Flight is probably your better bet when it comes to a mobile version of a simulator. HG Simulation, what's going on? Ryan Sad, good to see you. Anthrax, welcome aboard. We got them all? We got everybody. Started my instrument training. Nice, man. Enjoy that. enjoy that written exam. Here, I was talking to Anthrax today about exams, and let's go through. Let's take a moment here and go through some of the questions that I ran into while practicing for my instrument exam, because some of these were absolutely infuriating. For example, the aircraft in position 3 will experience which effect? It doesn't matter what the position is. The answer is C, strong downdraft. Answer is C is the best answer, but all 3 answers are actually correct. So that was one of the questions on the that could have been on the exam. You got to see this one. This one you have to see first. To level off from a descent to a specific altitude, the pilot should lead level off by approximately 10% of the vertical speed. I want you to remember that. Okay, this is the correct answer. 10% of the vertical speed is when you should start your level off. When you're leveling off when you're descending to an altitude. And then almost the next question, and the trick here is to level off at an airspeed higher than the descent speed. Okay. Additional power should be made assuming 500 rate per minute. And when should you add the extra power? I assumed it was going to be 10% because that's what the last one was. No, it's 100 to 150 feet. Who cares? Like, really, who actually cares? Who's going to fly that precisely that actually matters? Here's a good one. The instrument approach criteria for a Category 8 airplane is based on the maximum airspeed of 100, 90, or 80. Okay. The correct answer is 90. Okay. But the correct answer they say is 100. Category A is speed of less than 91 knots, which would include 90. So I don't know if that's the FAA test bank that's wrong or if that's the ASA test bank that's wrong, but something about that seems buggered up. And then finally, and this one I can legitimately say I got this one wrong, okay? Because the third fundamental skill of attitude instrument flying is aircraft control. The first fundamental skill is instrument cross-check. Like, who cares, really? This is why the instrument rating has a bad name. So I wish you the best of luck when it comes to you taking your instrument rating or taking your test. Family's doing great. Thank you, sir. LV Pilot, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. So yeah, have fun with that. Have fun with that written exam. Make sure you get a good test guide and just memorize the questions. Memorize the answers because some of them just don't even make sense. Let's say a few thank yous and then we'll get this show on the road here. First of all, I have to show off. My wife would be upset with me if I didn't show these off. She made me a t-shirt or had me a t-shirt made for Christmas. I don't know if we can read this here. Okay. Still playing with airplanes. And then she also found me a pint glass that's got water in it now. Of course, you can't read it because, there's a big light back there. But it says, I want to buy an airplane, but my wife says nah. I would be remiss if I did not share those tonight. Absolute unit, dude. I'm feeling pretty pudgy right now. Trust me, man. Holy crap. Anyway, let's say some thank yous and we'll get this thing going. I dropped my my coaster. Oh man, it's good water. All right, who we got tonight? Euphoric Rager's here for 24 months. Mr. Euphoric Rager, thank you very much for 2 years, buddy. I do appreciate that. Here's to 24 more. Cheers, my friend. Again, we're cheersing with water because we're taking a little break. Disgruntled Sailor here for 30 months. 30 months. Thank you very much, my friend. I do appreciate that. Cheers, Disgruntled Sailor. Tech Claws here for 36 months as Mad Music for the Mad Dog. Indeed. Tech Claw, thank you very much for 3 years. I appreciate that, man. Cheers. I think we'll be getting 37 months here next week. Navarine is here for 23 months. Navarine, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate it. Anthrax, thank you very much for the 1,050 bits. Says Jet A Plus is not cheap. Take my bits. I don't know when I've never bought Jet A, but thank you very much, man. Cheers. BJM2121 here for 29 months. BJM, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. And finally, Louise Manza here for 32 months. Says, thanks, Ty, for the 32 months. Happy New Year's to everybody. Louise, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Appreciate it, guys. Does Italia still exist? I haven't, does Alitalia still exist? I think it does, yeah. We're not flying Alitalia tonight, though. I have a special call sign for us this evening. And you're not going to find that out for a little bit. Black VQ35HR, thank you very much for 26 months, man. Cheers, buddy. I think we may be switching cups here in a second. My wife also got me this 32-ounce absolute unit of a water mug. This thing is a water cauldron, man. All right. What are we doing tonight? We're going to fly the Rotate MD-80. We're going to do so somewhere in the West Coast. We're starting off the evening in Aspen. Taking off out of Aspen because why not? Haven't been to Aspen for a while. Haven't left Aspen for a while. Blast out of here, make our way over to Salt Lake City where we're going to take a look at the brand new, recently updated short final designs Salt Lake City version 1.5. I don't know what's changed, but there's a new scenery that's out for this thing. So we're going to take a look at it. And then from there, we're going to make our way over to Reno. Why Reno? I don't know, because it's about an hour-long flight. It's a pretty airport to fly into, and I want to go to Reno. So those are 3 airports tonight. If you're on PilotEdge, feel free to come join us. That's where we're flying. We're going to be flying it in this thing. This is the Rotate MD-80. Tried to fly this thing a couple of weeks ago. Ran into ran into some DRM issues. I had hit my activation limit, apparently. So I worked with Nick from the org store, got that resolved. And now we're going to be flying this. We are not flying as Alitalia, though. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Like I said, I have a very special call sign for us this evening. So first of all, it has a yoke. It does yoke things. We're going to make it go away. And now we got to remember how to fly the Rotate MD-80 along with RC Flyer here. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah. So we got to do some familiarization with this cockpit and sort of step through how to do this all over again. So first we'll start off with the battery. That was somewhat uneventful. We got to start the APU next. We'll turn the start pump on. And I think one of the pumps comes on or something. I don't know. I don't think it actually matters. And then we go 1, 2, 3 on the starter pump. We'll start to see the APU RPM come up. So let that do its thing. And then we're going to turn all of 4 of these switches on. So we hear a big clicking sound. And then then the whole plane will sort of light up and come to life. And that's when we know we're ready to go. There's panel lights on. So let's give that a second here. Drink from my absolute unit of a water cup. Legacy 2039, Happy New Year, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Doesn't the Pope fly this plane? Oh, that's a good question. I think you might be right. Does he's got to rock around in something better than an MD-80. Like, can an MD-80 go transatlantic? Does the Pope care if he goes transatlantic? I don't know.
Autopilot.
Okay. So we can turn the start pump off now. Now let's remember how to do this. Air on. That's the APU bleed. And then we need to come down here and open the cross bleeds. 1, 2. Excuse me. Back to the overhead panel. And we need to turn on... Yes! We have air conditioning. Okay, and then let's do the IRS to nav. Nav. And we will come down and we will turn on the displays and start the syncing process. Or the alignment process, which I think in this plane is quite fast. That's what she said. Position in it. Grab U. K. A. S. E. Grab a GPS position. Put that down there. Let it do its alignment thing. Good. And let's see here. What do we do next? Armed emergency exit lights. Turn the no smoking lights on. Seatbelt signs are off. That's fine. Ice protection is off. Alignment's happening. That's good. Floodlights are off. Logo light, sure. Why not? Yaw damper on. Anti-skid armed. Those are all fine. Those are all fine. Those are all fine. And then because I always forget about it, I'm just going to turn hydraulics on right now. So we'll go low, low, on, transfer on. Fantastic. BSS is working on sounds for this. Nice. That'll be nice. I mean, the current version sounds pretty good. I remember this plane first came out, it flew and went faster in reverse than forward. Yeah, this plane had some issues when it came out. This plane also did not want to climb when it came out either. Maverick159, thank you very much for 12 months of support. I do appreciate that, my friend. Got X-Plane 11 2 days ago. Need to start learning to fly after flying on FSX. Your setup video was mega helpful. I'm happy to help, dude. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much, dude. If you haven't already, you should also watch my video on setting up the X-Plane 11 camera system. Arguably more useful than even the setup video, because when you understand the camera systems, it's all fantastic. Espionage, good to see you. Old El Paso Airport, yep. Hey, Mr. Mart's good to see you, my friend. Yeah, the plane used to have abysmal climb performance. They have since fixed that, thankfully. Okay, overhead panel's fine. Let's grab the ATIS and we will call for clearance. KASE. Airport diagram. ATIS is 20.4. 20.4.
Aspen.
Contact, you have information, Echo.
Echo.
Aspen Pitts
Is there a
County
volume?
Airport. ATIS information, Echo. 2353 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. 3,500 scattered. Ceiling 4,300 broken. Temperature -5. Dew point -10. Altimeter 3029. Arriving runway 15. Departing runway 33. Localizer DMEX approach and use. Read backhaul runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Echo.
Alright, we have Echo.
A-
Clearance 2375. This plane had a lot of problems when it first came out. Done the basic cameras. Gotcha. Okay, man. She's pretty good. All right. You guys ready for this? This is my favorite call sign that I've found yet. Make sure we're all filed and everything else. I don't want to be that guy, you know? All right, so we have gotten a new route, but that's fine. CRAFT. I still get a little bit nervous every time I key up on the network for the first time, especially when I've been away for a while. Aspen clearance. Good evening. Sky Camel 717 IFR clearance, Salt Lake City. Uh-huh.
.com 205, contact Salt Lake Center 135.773577.
What zoom am I using? I think we're looking at 17 right now. Most of the stuff out here is 15 though. What's the call sign again?
Sky Camel 717, asking clearance number.
Yeah, I think out here, I think it might be 17 out here, but most of my West Coast stuff is 15.
.com 205, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain
Yeah, this has got to be 17. Like, I think the stuff that's around all the original airports for the Western expansion is all 17. But, yeah. Yeah, Sky Camel.
American 1688, contact Portland approach 118.42.
It's a real thing. It's on the Wikipedia page. I saw it. I'm like, that's the one that I have to use tonight. I knew that was the one that I had to use. There was no question about it. I would just wait for the clearance. Thunderwings is pretty good too. Yeah, I forgot about Thunderwings. How excited am I for Seasons in 2020? Dude, that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Visual approach runway 10 right.
That was actually really cool. That was a really neat surprise too. So I'm super jazzed for that. Heli pilot, good to see you, man. Drops are enabled. Yes. Oh, that's pretty good, Fort Wager. Still waiting on my clearance.
Sky Camel 717, clear to Salt Lake City International Airport. Winds minor departure. Grand Junction, transition as filed. Maintain 16,000, expect flight level 340, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 123.8, squawk 2205.
Go to Salt Lake City Airport, Lens 9, Grand Junction as filed. 16,000 on departure, flight level 340, then 10. Departure 123.8, squawk 2205, Sky Camel 717. Repack correct? Need the Camel Cigarettes logo as a plane livery. Yeah, that'd be pretty good, actually.
Southwest 2515, thank you.
I'm gonna assume that was a readback correct, but I'll listen in here just in case. All right, let's start plugging this stuff in here. From the sim brief. All right, let's see. There's this right here for the load sheet. Oh, it's in kilograms.
Retard.
Oh, no, it's in pounds. This pal, thanks for gifting us up to Camel Sky. Close enough, right? Cheers, buddy. All right, so we want to have 18,000 pounds of fuel on board.
Boise clearance, TP and remember 1 Bravo Delta.
And then I want a zero fuel weight. 117,373. Actually, how many passengers do we have? Let's start with that.
TV 1 Bravo Delta, Boise clearance.
We have Lima. Let's pick up our IFR to Monterey.
161 passengers.
TV 1 Bravo Delta, flight plan on file lands at Boise. Can you confirm?
Let me recheck on our refile for 1 Bravo Delta.
And then zero fuel weight.
Clearance November 401 Tango Sierra.
117.4. We have 108.8. 117.4 is about 9,000 total payload to add. So 30. Let's try 117.9er. 39,500. 117.5. That's close enough. And our landing. So our CG is off. For zero fuel weight, that's fine. Because we shouldn't run out of gas. Gross weight, good. Landing weight.
Meeker transition.
How much gas are we going to use? Turn that down. We're going to use about 7,000 pounds of fuel. And we're good there. So let's actually... So we moved some of the cargo back further. So I brought that CG into zero fuel weight bounds. Remember, Papa, thank you for 15 months, my friend. I hope 2020 is a great year for you and yours. I hope so too. Happy Friday, Happy New Year, my friend. Thank you very much, dude. We're taking the month off of beer. The stream might be less funny as a result. Open doors, deploy the stairs. Open the cargo doors. And expedite. Because I don't have the patience for that. There it goes. Oh, right. This has the funky stairs, doesn't it? Wait for it. Wait for it.
Retard.
Wait for it.
Retard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't deploy. I can't, like, just make it go in and out. You see what I'm trying to do, though. Try whiskey instead, yeah, right? Air City, thanks for 11 months, man. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year's, my friend. You get the drift of what I was going for there, right? All right. That's people and fuel loaded up there. Let's grab our FMS now. So we're going to go to KSLC. Pop you in right there. Activate that. Going to go over to the departing arriving page. Departing from Aspen on runway 33. Yes, runway 33 on the Lins 9. Taking that to Grand Junction. Execute that. And then from there, we're going to be on the Lehigh 5. So arriving at SLC on... Jeez. What runway would I want to have?
Retard.
What I want is Atlantic Aviation. Let's see here. Aeronautical chart. Why aren't you showing me? Why aren't you showing me what I want to see? runway... Oh, man. I think the winds are favoring landing south. 170 at 6, yeah. So I'm gonna ask for runway 17, see if they'll give me that. So we want ILS 17, and we're coming in on a Lehigh 5 from Helper. Execute that, go to legs page, look for discontinuity because it'll be right there. I think we just do that. Yep. Got altitude restrictions, fantastic. Oh, let me do that. Okay, that's fine. Good. Great. Let's see, inner ref now. Fuel on board. Gross fuel weight. Our reserves this evening. 5.8. And our cost index of, I don't know, 42. Because it tells me to use long range cruise. I'm not doing that. I'm not repeating either of those. Right then, in fact, thanks for 8 months, my friend. I appreciate that. Cheers. I didn't get it. Care to explain? I think 16-year-old boy. Verity, what's going on, man? Happy Friday. Espionage, happy Friday. 91 Fahrenheit. No thanks, man. Any good sites for freeware? What kind of freeware do you want? You want to get the... So, xplane.org for scenery. Anything by Mr. X is fantastic. You want to grab the Zebo 737. Best freeware that's out there. Without question, the best freeware that's out there. All right, going to 340. Our cruise wins 329.74, 329/074. ISA deviation is +3. Boom. Takeoff. Yeah, we can. I'll put a flex temperature in there. We're not going to use a flex temp. We're going to tow out of here because we want to actually leave. And all these, we'll set all the V speeds here once we put the flaps down. Great. That's all set. Let's move on to the panel here. We're going to accelerate straight up to 250. Actually, let's brief the departure real quick. Let me put the thing into ForeFlight. Put the route into ForeFlight. And then go from there. So let's put ourselves as the A320 on here. So it's got the right speeds. KASE, procedure, departure, lens 9, Grand Junction, add route. And then KSLC, procedure, arrival, Lehigh 5, Helper, 17, add a route. Add plates, Aspen, lens 9, SLC, arrival is the Lehigh 5, and airport diagram. Okay. How much of this has actually been rendered in? That's the next question. Oh, it got it all. What do you know? Got all the got the intersection, all that stuff. Okay, so anyway, on departure, we're gonna climb straight ahead 343 until reaching 9,100 feet. At which point we'll make a left turn to 273 to intercept the 303 outbound, or the 303 back course off the localizer, 108.5. Take that to the Linz intersection, and then we will take a left turn and head towards Grand Junction. So, initially, we want... Let's get rid of the iPad. We'll put the 250 knots in here. Actually, we're going to go 200 knots, just to get a little bit of climb performance out of this sucker on the way out of here. Okay, EPR limit. We'll come back to that. Initial heading is going to be 343. And the initial altitude we're going to is 16,000. 6,000 right there. We'll start off in vertical speed up at 1,500 feet per minute. So we'll do 1,500 feet per minute until we climb to 2,000 or 200 knots. Then we'll go into flight change mode. Good. We will come down here. We'll set the takeoff to Toga. And then it's not supposed to, like, EPR limit is supposed to engage something on here, I thought. I don't know. Maybe that hasn't been working for a while. It's supposed to say FMS, like FMS EPR or something. That's fine though. We'll be okay. Okay, that's good. And then let us do this down here. So our CG 28. Yeah, is that actually our CG? Yeah. Is that actually our CG? No, our CG as loaded now is 9. All right, so CG is 9%. We're going to take off flaps 15. So we're dialing our setting in here. And then we're going to bring that down to be the same spot as that.
Stabilizer motion.
Stealth Bob, how you doing, man? Good to see you. The green is supposed to equal the black, and that's going to be your trim setting. And then over here, we will eventually engage 15 notches or 15 degrees on the flaps. Okay, that's all set. Then we go to the transponder, and our transponder code tonight is going to be 2205. 2205.
Retard.
Set.
Retard.
Also set. Okay, that's done. Let's turn panel lights on here. Let's turn panel lights already on. Great. Those are all set. I think we're ready to start the engines. Yeah? Thanks for giving us up a stabilizer motion. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's start some engines. We need to turn the bleeds off. And our pneumatic pressure is 40. That's fine. Let's go pumps on. Don't need the fuel heat. System. Let's go system A today. And we'll start engine number 2. Watch down here for N2 motion, which we have. When that gets to 20%, we will add some fuel. Grinding the jack screw. That's terrible. E-Short, good to see you, man. Normally watching on YouTube. First time I catch a live stream. Nice to have you here, my friend. Happy Friday. I'm actually doing car stuff in the garage. Holiday mileage, man. 5 weeks for this oil change interval. Damn, dude. Well, good to have you, Bob. It's probably a nice night out up there, isn't it? Okay. I think we'll hear a... Yep, there's the click. That's the click of the gens kicking on, so let's turn the starter off on that side. Good. Oh, we should have turned some lights on too, right? Anti-collision lights. Position strobe, good. Yep, that's fine. All right, next engine. Turn in 1. And the pluses things are dropping outside. Nice, man. Oh, things are dripping outside. Do you guys still have snow on the ground up there, Bob? Ours finally melted. Took a while for it all to melt, which is kind of weird given how warm it's been lately. La Bella Vita in Italia? I have no idea what that means. We're flying a Sky Camel. Simbones, how you doing, man? May Hoban, good to see you. Bubble Gum Idealist, how you doing, my friend? Okay, that's good. You can come off. You can come off. You can come off. Seatbelts on. Leads on. Then we can turn the APU bleed off. Turn the APU off. Turn the cross bleeds off. Auto brake RTO. The arm speed. I don't think the arm speed brake. Flaps to 1.5. Where's my flap button at? Yeah. Why am I flying Italia? Because I like the livery. I like the way that it looked. Okay. We have Echo. Oh yeah, now we get the flaps. We can set our V speeds. 1, 2, 3. Let's keep that. V1, 121. V rotate, 124. V2, 131. Right rudder. Left rudder. Pull back. Pull forward. Left aileron. Right aileron. Good. Park brake is off. I don't think there's any nose wheel steering I have to enable on this. It sort of works. Ground point niner. I have a new chair, so I keep sliding backwards. It needs to like find the groove. 1885 for tower. Set. All right. SW Kiana, good to see you. Aviation Pro NL, but changed my name. All right, man. Elswin, good to see you as well. King of the North, happy Friday. Hope you guys are all doing well.
Actually, I got a flight plan still. Never mind. Hold up.
Good job, Levy. Ian, what happened, man? You were in here. And then you... Oh, you took off already. Oh, because you wait for no one. Right. Aspect Ground, good evening. Sky Camel 717. We are at Atlantic Aviation with Echo. Taxi, please.
Sky Camel 717, runway 33, taxi via Alpha, Aspen Ground.
33 Alpha, Sky Camel 717. Did I say tower?
Southwest 79, contact Eagle Tower 119.8. Radar
JFK Ranford, how you doing, man? It's good to see you, buddy. Check brakes. Brakes work. Right. Left. Looking good.
Kilo 1 Bravo Delta, clear direct high vol.
Oh, yeah. I missed it. What is this airline? Sky Camel. It's KS Avia. KSAVIA. It's a Latvian charter airline. Kilo Sierra Alpha is the identifier.
After Meeker, just going to maintain level 240.
Eagle
There's
Tower,
Levy.
Southwest 79, RNAV, runway 25.
There's nothing wrong with Sky Camel. Yes, I know. This thing is an antique. Yeah, it is. This plane's awesome, dude.
Clear to land, runway 25, Southwest 79.
And after clear, still for 38 out for
It's so good.
Challenger 1 Takeoff Sierra, contact Denver Center 13.
Flight 121, good to see you, man.
67.
Happy Friday. Client side 2, what's going on, man? Very exotic stream tonight. Incredibly exotic, yes.
Delta 3838, Aspen clearance, standby.
That doesn't seem quite right. There's a road on my taxiway. Ah, this plane's so good.
Challenger 401 Takeoff Sierra, Denver. The 401 Takeoff Sierra, Denver Center, climb and maintain flight level 410.
108.5 at the back course. 108.5, there we go. Outbound 303, so let's change this to... we want to go VOR Loc. How do I make this do VOR? Oh, it's on VOR. Okay.
TV1 Bravo Delta, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain
303 is what we want.
230. Delta 30.
We have a localizer, we have no glide
Salt
slope,
Lake
that's
City
fine.
International Airport, lens 9er departure. Grand Junction.
1885 and departure is 23.8.
Maintain 16,000. Expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure.
Set and set.
Departure frequency 123.8. Squawk 2374.
Alright.
Salt Lake City on the lens
That's some fire, good to see, man.
Maintain 16,360.
There's some glass in here. It's probably all CRTs, though. It's, I almost guarantee you it's CRT.
Correct. Expect runway 33.
Roger.
Aspen Tower, Sky Camel 717, holding short runway 33. Yes, 33.
Sky Camel 717, Aspen Tower, runway 33, clear for takeoff. Wind calm.
Clear for takeoff runway 33, Sky Camel 717. Okay, lights are set. Camera is set. And action. Set, set. Let's go flying. On departure, heading 343 to reaching 9,100 feet. Left turn 273.
Approaching runway 33.
Confirmed.
128.72.
Entered runway 33.
Thank you.
7,700 feet remaining.
Also, thank you. We're going to do a standing takeoff. Because we're going to use a lot of runway here.
TV1 Bravo Delta.
All right, engine's up.
Climb and maintain flight level 300.
Stable. Auto throttle on. Keep for takeoff. Let's go flying. Instruments in the green.
Spokane ground, Warrior 618 Echo Romeo, Central GA ramp taxi with Lima.
Airspeed's alive. 80 knots.
618 Echo Romeo, Spokane ground, runway 21, taxi to Golf.
21 via Golf, Echo Romeo.
V1, rotate.
Retard.
Whoa, that's lifting fast.
Retard.
Southwest 79.
Positive rate.
Exit
Gear.
left on Alpha 6, taxi to parking via Alpha. Have a great rest of your evening.
Let's make our right turn here.
Exit left on Alpha 6 and taxi to parking Southwest 79. You have a great rest of your evening, too.
500. Camel 717, contact departure.
Departure, Sky Camel 717.
Southwest 79 looks like we're going to exit on Alpha 5.
Oh, Roger. It looked just from what I could see, it looks like you were past that, but yeah, Alpha 5 is fine.
Okay, let's grab departure here. Looking for 9,100, then a right turn to 273. There's 9,100, or left turn, sorry. Left turn. 273. Alright, you know what? Let's do this. Autopilot on. Aspen departure, Sky Camel 717, 9,900, climbing 16,000.
Sky Camel 717, Aspen departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Level 210, Sky Camel 717. Okay, 210. We're going to intercept that VOR there, or that was intercept that localizer. Let's go ahead and bring our flaps in. Deeper to climb. 200 knots. We're going to go speed hold. What I meant to say was that. And we're going to get out of here. Okay, I'm just waiting for this intercept now.
Retard. Retard. Retard.
Anytime now. Yeah, she moves. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up now. We'll give it to the VNav. I feel like we should have had that intercept right now. Oh no, we're pretty close. Okay. Waypoint alert. Thank you. There's coming in. Let's go view our loc. Should capture.
3838 Aspen ground, runway 33, taxi
Or not.
Alpha.
Oh, it probably won't capture because of the back course.
Contact Denver Center 120.47.
It's all right.
Challenger 120, I had to verify, but the flight level 410 is actually eastbound.
Yes, it is.
After 410, it's every 2,000.
Or no, I think it's 43. I think it's above 430, isn't it?
Flight level. Would you like lower or higher?
I think it's 430, but I don't recall.
0100, climb, maintain flight level 400.
All right, so we can then go back to map, and we'll go to nav mode.
Challenger 120, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Nav track. There we go. Crossing Linz. Up we go. Take our lights off.
Stockholm 205, Denver Center, Aspen altimeter 3030. Thanks for the weather. Descent of path pressure maintain 15,000. And are you looking for the RNAV or LDA approach?
That's a pretty good flyby.
Stockholm 205, expect.
That's a pretty okay flyby.
Climbing through transition altitude.
Delta 30,
Gotcha, okay.
Aspen Tower, runway 33, cleared for takeoff, wind 210 at 4.
Transition. Oh, I never did set the altimeter, did I? Oh, wow.
Camel 717, contact Denver Center 133.67.
3367, Sky Camel 717. All right, 3367. Ooh, my GPU's getting crushed right now. Denver Center, Sky Camel 717, flight level 197, climbing flight level 210.
Sky Camel 717, Denver Center, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb maintain flight level 340, Sky Camel 717. And up we go. Whew. Okay, staying 512, good to see. FPS is pretty good in this airplane. We're catching 40, 50 frames per second. GPU's doing GPU things. When the stream stutters and slows down, it's because the GPU is maxing itself out. Yeah, this plane performs pretty well on my system. If I recall, it's pretty heavy on VRAM, so if you don't have enough VRAM, you could run into issues. Okay, so after takeoff, gear up, lights are out, flaps are in and indicated. The lights are all set. And we need to turn the auto brake off. And we are good to go. Over to St. Louis, or Salt Lake City. St. Louis would be a longer flight. Is Ty short for Tyrone, or is it just Ty? It's just Ty. TY, Ty, that's it. Ek Attack, good to see it. I Serving, good to see you, man. I haven't pretended to fly this fast in quite some time. Yeah, dude. It has been a while, man. You fly that damn Cherokee all the time. Who do we got here? Lolo Hawaii, thanks for 5 months, my friend. Sky Camel, indeed. Cheers, buddy. And Client Side 2, thank you for 12 months. It's a camel, but in the sky. Cheers to you as well, my friend. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so center fuel tanks, we can turn off pumps. There's actually no gas in there. And up we go. Whew. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I love the rotate, but I have to keep flying these small GA planes to keep my IRL procedures in check. Dude, there's still some benefit to flying these bigger airplanes, but yeah, I get you though. I totally understand. I was doing a lot of GA flying when I was working on my instrument rating. Well, I was doing a lot of everything flying, but I was especially in my free time doing mostly GA stuff. This is the 1.5 version of Salt Lake City. Yes, that's what we're flying into. Matt Bacon, good to see you, my friend. Hello, Mr. Sexy Man. That's right. Hey, that's HeliPilot. I don't know. Yes, it is HeliPilot. Oh, he's flying past us. Why didn't you fly him with us, Chris? You're going to Eagle, though, which is arguably more exciting than Salt Lake. Oh, man. When is the FS 2020 Alpha? Rumor has it it's already happening. I can neither confirm nor deny that. I was planning on meeting me in Aspen. Oh, okay. Sorry, man. But you're going to Eagle, not Aspen. Well, head over to Salt Lake and join us for the leg over to Reno. I should fly VFR into Eagle. Sure, why not? You got to clear some mountains coming in there from Spokane. That's a long flight from Spokane. Especially if you're at a Piper, a Cherokee. I started watching you fly the helicopter on the YouTube. Scary stuff, dude. I know it was a fun night, but I was definitely out of my wheelhouse with all that stuff. It's all good, Mo. Mo Face, take it easy, man. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and the Warrior's gonna be a bit. You gotta get the Warrior with the is it JTAC? The whatever Ian it tends to do with his. I mean, he obviously does time dilation, but it's not JDAM. JADO, the JADO rockets on the Cherokee to get yourself to Eagle in a good amount of time. If I stumble over my words enough, I will eventually find the right word that I meant to use.
Cleared RNAV Delta. Approach, expect runway 25.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, went flying last weekend. Was nice. I am supposed to go flying next weekend, but right now it looks like there may be a nor'easter. I don't know if it's going to be a snowy nor'easter, but let's see. Windy.
Turn right, direct Kremling.
Right turn, direct Kremling, Takeoff 205.
Oh, so they've moved the storm further south, but it's still rain, possible snow, not very niceness. Yeah, so I got a buddy who's coming into town, and we were supposed to go up and go grab some breakfast somewhere, but I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see what it does, though. It's entirely possible that they'll get the track wrong, and we'll still be able to go flying. But if that doesn't work, I'm supposed to then go up the week after. So hopefully I will get up at some point in the month of January. But right now, those are the only two that I have planned. The Strain, good to see you, man. Drops enabled indeed. False advertisement. Taker's Minute, how you doing? Ah, yes. Let's see, where's it at? Yes. Definitely, it's definitely not what you think it is.
Center 133.67.
I should have put it in the virtual machines folder. How's the jet stream looking about midday Sunday? Midday Sunday jet stream. Where are you flying to and from?
Center, very good evening, Delta 3838, 190, climbing 210.
If we go to 34,000 feet.
Delta 3838, Denver Center, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Jet stream is looking pretty intense.
Delta 3838.
If you're flying, whoa, those are some big ones. When you start seeing the black and whatnot, the gray show up, like that's 180 knots. 190 knots? Are we gonna hit a 200 in here somewhere? Almost 200 knots cranking over Ottawa. Today. You said Sunday. Sunday. Sunday, it's gonna be a bad day to be flying west.
Harder vector than I preferred there, but cross Kremlin.
You definitely want to be flying like Boston to Seattle.
Delta approach.
to avoid some of those winds.
Above 14,000.
Oh, look at that there, though.
Expect 25.
202 knots, 214 knots. If you're flying to England, you're gonna be hauling Sunday night. Oh right, yeah, because there's weather rolling through here tomorrow. Windy's an amazing tool. I'm flying to Edinburgh in the Max X. Sweet. I don't know where Edinburgh's at. I'm guessing you're not MSFS folder, a similar purpose to my not porn folder. It's exactly what it is, VATSIM flyer. When flying VATSIM, are you allowed to use 2x or 4x ground speeds? Negative. They want you flying real speed, real time. I worked the airspace south of Chicago. 737s were flying at altitude at 250 knots over the ground. Holy cow, dude.
Sky Camel 717, if you like, your clear direct helper.
We'll take direct helper, yeah. Sky Camel 717, thank you. If you like that, absolutely. There's direct helper. 1,000 to go, 34 set. It's the capital of Scotland. I got the shortcuts, that's right. It's because I'm not really going very fast, Ben. You've got me. Oh no, actually, I'm going faster. Never mind. I was gonna say you probably have me beat, but I forget that they kind of fixed this airplane.
Southwest 25,
Now it's gonna hunt
Seattle Center,
for a speed and a heading, for that matter. Where's it going? Hey.
So 135.15 Southwest 2550.
Why don't you go to helper?
Albuquerque Center, Eclipse 519 Echoes with you.
With you.
Leveling on 370 now.
With you. We got a 100 knot headwind right now.
519 Echo, Albuquerque Center, thank you.
Maybe I should have stayed lower.
Seattle Center, Southwest 2550.
Nah, it wouldn't have mattered.
340.
I could have saved 5 minutes if I was down in like the low mid 20s, but
Seattle Center, thank you. Cross Mach
35 knot headwind according to Flight Aware, or according to 4Flight. Like, I think we got a little bit more than that. We're truing out at 430, and we are doing 359 over the ground. That means we have a 70 knot headwind component right now. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. It's gonna make the Reno leg pretty long. I guess I'm restricting myself to legs of around 300 nautical miles. Yeah, I mean that's what I do. I try to keep my flights right around an hour or so.
For takeoff, wind 150 at 10.
Our second leg to Reno will be a little bit longer than usual. I should have gone the other direction. This is also why I typically fly west to east for a lot of these streams. But oh, see, yeah, it's crap all the way to Salt Lake. So eventually these winds are going to let up a little bit. So we've got about 90 to 100 knots up at altitude here. When we come into Salt Lake City, though, it's going to drop pretty dramatically on the way in, and then over to Reno, it's going to be not, I guess, about the same ultimately.
After power,
maybe not. It's going to be 50, 60 knot headwinds.
Tower after powers.com 205.
Ish. So we'll see. It's all part of the fun. Do I use Cloud Ahoy for my own flights? I do, yeah. When I remember to. So I recorded hang on. I cannot walk and chew gum at the same time. I don't tend to use it for the sim flights very often unless I'm doing some instrument stuff. But I did record I remember to record my outbound leg into Keene. I was kind of in a hurry getting out of Keene, so I didn't get much there. But this was my flight on Saturday. I remember to start the recording. I remember to start the recording on the takeoff roll. As I was actually just up in the air. So, departing out of Beverly here. And You can see, you can see the whole climb out here. Me trying to be a human autopilot. What's interesting when I haven't flown for a while is that you'll see the lateral stuff kind of be a little bit shaky until I really get a good feel for the airplane. But we cruised. Cruising altitude was 3,000 feet because of winds aloft primarily. So any higher than that, the winds really started to pick up. I got to climb to, I think, 4,500 feet here. Oh no, I got climbed to 3,500 feet. Yeah, so I was at 3,000 feet. I got climbed to 3,500 feet, and then we made our way in over to Keene. I basically was flying direct to the Keene VOR. So if I did something like this, BVY to EEN, save. So I was flying direct to the Keene VOR at some point, and then I decided to go direct to Keene once I had the field. So made my way over there. I think we had to go around some traffic or something. So coming into Keene is interesting because it's sort of in a little bit of a valley here. It's kind of tough to tell, but you can see some of the land features and whatnot, some of the big hills, and I won't call them mountains, although this one here, nope. Oh, that's why I went over that. That's why I kicked over. This is 3,500 feet right here, so I kind of kicked to the left of that. What's always interesting is to look at the arrivals and whatnot. So this was fly over the airfield, 2,500 feet, and then fly outbound for about a minute or so, descending right to 70 into the left downwind, fly the left downwind, and then I typically just go, if there's no other traffic in the area, which there wasn't, I typically just do a rounded base to downwind to final, and kind of skip the base leg altogether. Put ourselves down, and then had one of the greatest touchdowns I've ever had in this airplane. That ortho is kind of off there. But I was right on the center line. Touchdown just a little bit past the 1,000-foot markers, and yeah. So like in this case of this flight, like it doesn't really tell me a lot other than to say that, hey, I flew pretty well. I held altitude fairly well. I held my lateral line fairly well for having not flown for a while. But yeah, I do like my whenever I'm doing proficiency flights and instrument flights and things like that, I definitely use Cloud Ahoy a lot. So if I go back in time,
3577, 1 second here.
this was an IFR currency flight that I flew a couple months ago. And so like this one, for example, will have all three of the, so this will have my departure out of Keene.
Challenger 401.
And then it'll have all three of the approaches that I flew. So here you can see I flew a hold, and then we flew an RNAV approach, went around, turn that guy off. Nope, that one. So you can visualize my hold. My hold was pretty good on that. I was very happy with that. I overshot just a little bit there, but I'm fine with that. And then I flew an RNAV approach. Another RNAV approach, I should say. The first one was just an RNAV, like a generic RNAV, not for our specific runway. This was actually for a runway 21. Went down to minimums, went around there, and then flew over to Beverly and flew the localizer approach into Beverly. So yeah. And you can see here, so this is a localizer approach. So one of the interesting things about this is that let's grab that localizer approach. So one of the interesting things about flying a localizer approach is they teach you to basically dive. So dive to the next altitude. So I dove down to 1,000 feet. I started diving down to minimums. And then I was like, you know what? I don't really want to fly that low. So I actually leveled off about 600 feet or so. That was my minimums. I dove down to minimums here, about 600 feet, held that altitude until I got caught up. So I had visual on the airport until I got onto the Pappies, so 2x2, and then I started down on that 3-degree or whatever glide path. So you can see here how we did the step down altitudes. It's just stuff like that you can glean out of this. And like I said, this is more of what I use to see how did I fly that approach? How were my speeds? How was my tracking on that? If we go to the other approach, this one, speed management seemed to be a little bit iffier, although I think I was pretty close to the right speed. It says I was fast, but it might be because of winds aloft were inaccurate. it thinks that I was low, but that's GPS altitude errors, things like that. And we can do the same thing over here. So 3,000 for SAPTI, and then we held, and I kept going down, then we held the altitude, and then we went around there. So anyway, that's Cloud Ahoy. So yes, I do use it for my personal flying. And like I said, I use it in the sim. I use it in the sim when I'm doing like proficiency practice. Like if I'm gonna come out here shoot approaches, I'll turn the recording on and I'll go debrief that as well when I'm done. Yeah, you can post links, man. You guys are talking about a bunch of stuff. Ben Fiedler, good to see you, man. How you doing, buddy? So yeah, it's an awesome tool. Like it's a really, really, really neat tool, especially if you are doing primary training. So I can. Is this a sponsored post? Full disclosure, by the way, this is my employer. This is my full-time job, so take that for what it is. But if I go all the way back in time, I have some older flights like this one. Nope, that's pattern work. Yeah, so like we can go all the way back here. And this was actually my check ride prep flight right before I took the flight exam. So like this has all the maneuvers and stuff that I flew. All the stuff that we did at the untowered airport. My turns on a point. My steep turns, things like that.
After Mighton 401, take us here.
So what I can actually do here is then go to
Destination ATIS is 125.625.
Thank you. Oops, now go to 3D track. Make a new view. And then viewing options, video, forward cam, no ATC. So what I can do here is actually see the flight. So let's say that we wanted to go look at my my steep left turn. So here we are rolling into a steep left turn. So we can see things like my turn rates, my airspeed, my altitude, and all that stuff. How did I fly it? We can go look at my...
Sky Camel 717, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77.
3577, Sky Camel 717. Gotcha. Salt Lake City Center, Sky Camel 717, follow 340.
Sky Camel 717, Salt Lake Center, good evening. Cross 60 miles, 60 miles southeast of Spain at maintain flight level 240.
miles southeast of, does it say Thane? Flight level 3, or say it again for 717.
Sky Camel 717, Spain is correct. Sierra Papa Alpha November Echo 60 miles at maintain flight level 240.
Okay, 60 miles southeast of Thane, flight level 240.com 717. All right, so Spain. Well, Spain we're flying to at some point. We need to then head down 10,000 feet. We need 30 miles for that, so we'll start down just a little after Helper. A little bit after Helper, about 10 miles after Helper, we'll start down.
I'll make it a lot easier for you there. Cross Helper at maintain flight level 240, sir.
All right, Helper, flight level 240.com 717. Oh yeah, right, because I would have screwed that up. All right, let's come down here. Helper, 24,000. Yeah. We'll go ahead and start down. GPS altitudes aren't really errors. It's more the fact that they derive fundamentally. Yeah, I know. That's what it's an error in our system as to how they display that and how they handle that. It'll show that you're wrong when in fact you're like not wrong. So if we go forward a little bit further.
Romeo, understand you did not want to continue flight following. You're now leaving the Charlie airspace. Further services are terminated.
Reach on.
Frequency change approved.
Let's see here. Yes. Grassfield landing. This is my first time landing on a grass field. So everything here gets synced up. It's also 2x speed too. So anyway, it's cool tool. It's fun. Pays the bills. Pays the bills and it's fun to work with. And I get to say I work in the aviation industry now, so that's pretty sweet. Mr. Stroutman, thank you very much for 5 months, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you for a while. Cheers, buddy. And XP Aviator is here for 2 years, 24 months. It's a long-term relationship. I know, dude. Thank you very much as well. Cheers, buddy. Happy Friday.
22 Delta, Boise clearance, stand by.
Any reason you're flying a Latvian charter company? Because I like Sky Camel.
Was someone else calling?
I think Sky Camel's kind of a neat name.
I just wanted to step away for about 5-10 minutes.
Okay, so that's...
1 Echo, that's approved. Report when you're back.
We'll do 1 Echo.
Actually, we're going to make 24 at Helper, so that's good. If you want to be super fancy, you could check if there's a way to dig out the barometric altimeter setting from the flight recording. Yeah, that's one of the things that we're working on, Toto. Because like if you know the local pressure and all that stuff, you could probably try to derive the pressure or the barometric altimeter from the GPS altimeter and just things like that. So yeah, that's one of the things I've has been suggested is trying to dig up the altimeter out or the altitude out of the iPad or whatever your recording device is.
Center Challenger 401 Tango.
Looked fast. Yeah, it was at 2x speed.
360 for 240.
Hashtag ad. Yeah, right. Go to bed after landing. All good, Gary. Sky Camel is one of the coolest call signs. Yes.
3037.
Yes.
Expect south transition. Descend and maintain flight level 190.
So what I do is I go to the official list of airline codes recognized by PilotEdge, and we start looking through the call signs, and we say, okay, what's fun?
Southwest 2020 Phoenix clearance, stand by.
Let's see here. Legendary. Legendary be a pretty good one. LGD. Laser be all right. There's some fun ones in here. There's a Lockheed, actually. That's interesting. Huh. Little Red 717. That'd be good. I should level off at 24,000.
22 Delta, departure frequency
Garfield,
109.6,
LTF,
461.
Red Lion. That's gonna be fine. There's a cowboy in here too somewhere. But yeah, I'll just come in here like Shooter. Shooter 717 will be a pretty good one. So I'll come in here sometimes just when I feel feisty. Find a good call sign. Say, all right, that's the one we're going to use tonight. Okay, there's 24,000 feet.
Sky Camel 717, contact Salt Lake Center 125.57.
2557, saw Sky Camel 717.
Delta 3838, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77.
2557.
13577, Delta 3838.
Yeah, right, you Fort Grazer. Who would have thought that I would have, the flight simming would have gotten me to where I'm at, right?
Good evening,
It's
Delta
insane.
360.
It's been a very weird couple of years. It was a very weird decade for me, that's for sure.
3838, Salt Lake Center, cross helper at maintain flight level 240.
Presidential's all right, yeah.
Helper 240, Delta 3838.
Laser. miles out. Salt Lake Center, .com 717, flight level 240.
Sky Camel 717, Salt Lake Center.
Oh, I said .com, didn't I?
Salt Lake City, altimeter 3037, expect south transition. And maintain flight level 190. Reduce speed to 250.
3 on this altimeter, expect south transition, descend flight level 190 and 250 on the speed, .com 717. Alright, so let's speed override.
Southwest 2020, clear to Denver International Airport.
250,
Level 1
19,000.
Newport
Vertical
transition
speed.
hostile.
Down.
Climb V6.
Push that in, make sure 190 is there, which it is.
Expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.2.
South transition's already programmed in, so we're good there.
7036.
Fantastic. You need to be drinking to use VATSIM. Is it next weekend or the weekend after? That's the Dominican, because I think there's the Dominican that's coming up pretty soon that we're absolutely going to do.
Southwest 2020, confirm the squawk 7036.
I said .com again. Whoops. Somebody else has got .com, so I got .com on my mind.
20 readback, correct?
Happens. I believe your ADSB out data does contain... Yeah, the ADSB out data would have it as well. Capturing that would rely on... Capturing that would be a little bit more difficult. Just with the way that things work. Because we don't necessarily have to have an external device to capture any information or any data.
Right, taxi via, looks like
Ultimately, it's not a huge problem. When you're looking at the debriefs, you can say, look, my altitude was probably fine. Or if you're really that concerned about it, you can import data directly from a G1000 that has perfect information. San Juan's next Friday. Yeah. We're going to San Juan, my friends.
1306 Charlie.
It'll be a one flight kind of evening. We'll probably take the Zebo down there or something. Actually, you know what? We could take oh man. We could absolutely take like the 727 or something down to San Juan. That could be fun. Be the fastest plane in the sky. Yeah. I can mentally prepare myself early, yeah. Oh man, we could do slant whiskey to San Juan. Sounds like a pretty good idea. I'll have to think about that. Alpha Bravo, welcome back, my friends. Start of the fight went well, yeah. Everybody loves the 727.
Skyline 1306 Charlie, clear to Burns Municipal Airport.
Okay, I need to grab weather and all that crap.
To Boise, as filed, maintain
2475.
Maintain 16,000, expect 8,010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.6, squawk 6513.
Go, set. 2475. Is that going to work? I don't think it is. Is that the right ATIS? 2475. It's also 2562.
006 Charlie, confirm the squawk code.
Let's try that too.
6513. And the initial altitude is 16,000, so that's strictly for lost comms due to the terrain area. And expect 8,000. Since your cruise altitude is lower than the initial, you can expect 8,000, so you probably won't get higher.
Well, we will utilize the data link here and grab our ATIS.
Confirm the squawk code 6513.
ATIS. KSLC.
Sky 06 Charlie.
Salt Lake City Information Foxtrot.
40120 Sierra, contact Salt Lake City approach on.
Winds calm 10 miles. Few clouds 8,500. Scattered to 17,000. Broken 23,000. 3 degrees Celsius. Temperature 3037. Arriving departing runway is 14, 16 left, 16 right, 17. Visual approaches in use. Simultaneous approaches parallel runways in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery, via yada yada yada. Advise information Foxtrot. Yeah, we have Foxtrot.
For 2822 Delta, OAV tower, right, downward departure southwest approved.
And we're going to request runway 17.
For takeoff, wind 160 at 5.
Take me to Florida. This weirdo, how you doing? How about Salt Lake City and Reno? Does that work for you?
Challenger 401 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake City.
I got the wrong.
Thanks for Foxtrot.
Right along.
Expect runway 16 left.
Yeah. There we go. This isn't a thunderstorm, is it? No, just a big high cloud.
Challenger 1 Tango Sierra, you can expect runway 17. They are running visual approaches.
Okay, approach. Flaps 40.
Sky Camel 717, contact Salt Lake Center, 128.1.
128.1, Sky Camel 717.
Delta 3838, contact Salt Lake Center, 125.57.
2557, Delta 3830.
Salt Lake approach, Sky Camel 717, followed by 190, Foxtrot. Request runway 17.
Sky Camel 717, Salt Lake City approach, Salt Lake's altimeter 3037, expect visual approach runway 17.
37 will expect that, Sky Camel 717. All right.
Challenger 1 Tango Sierra, descend maintain 1000.
That's him.
1000.
When I first heard somebody flying a PE on tonight, I got excited thinking it was one of the Total Regals working on. No, he's flying the Challenger 300. I think Toto's is still quite a ways away from being being flyable. At least flyable by the general public. We're all very excited for Toto's Toto's Challenger. Oh, there's the ATIS.
38, Salt Lake Center, Salt Lake City altimeter 3037, maintain flight level 190.
Well, we don't actually need any of that.
Delta 3830, affirmative, you can expect south transition.
So eventually got the ATIS. Apparently the mount was blocking me from getting the ATIS.
Delta, radar contact departure.
Departure. Interesting that I didn't get a client or descend via. I suppose it could still happen.
Departure,
Oh, I bet it could. Yeah, it could still happen.
600 climbing 4,500.
4501 Echo, thank you. Contact Albuquerque Center.
Excuse me.
134.6.
Yeah, so 190 through Spain, and then probably a descend via would come after Spain.
Maintain appropriate view for altitude. Avoid the altimeter
guess we'll see.
3024.
3024 to Delta.
Kind of out of it tonight. I'm doing my best to keep with it. I stayed up too late playing Call of Duty last night. Some buddies and I were rocking one of the game modes.
Descend via Leafy 5 arrival.
Descend via Leahy 5 arrival, Sky Camel 717. I was up till like 1 o'clock in the morning playing that game. It was pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
Hertz 65, something
Okay,
Papa,
so
Olympia ground. You're a little muffled. The volume's okay, but you are muffled.
So VNAV and then FMS override. So VNAV is going to put me into VNAV descent. And we're looking for Fairfield at 17,000 feet. And then FMS override 250 keeps me at 250 knots on the way down. That's what I've been assigned.
Southwest 2020 Phoenix ground.
Crossing through transition altitude, 3037 is the altimeter. Also with you. Next Friday's FNO is San Juan, Puerto Rico. Yes, it is. You should come join us, Anthrax. It'll be a good night. It's a long flight down there, but it'll be a good time. Last time I did it,
Transition altitude. Nearest altimeter, 3039.
Thank you. Last time we did it, it was absolute chaos when we got down to San Juan. It was awesome, man. We had so much fun. Like they put an airplane on approach in front of me that crossed my flight path as I was coming down. Pretty sure that wasn't legal, but it's cool because it's VATSIM. This thing just dove. Got the level off though. That's good. 4116. Winds are calm, so we'll call our approach speed about 120 or so, 121. 121 is VREF.
They're 165 Yankee Papa Olympic ground. You're a little better, still muffled. There's like a buzz in the transmission as well.
Oh, it was fantastic, man. There was so many airplanes that went down to San Juan. It was absolute chaos.
451 under Echo, descend via Lobo.
Ben, did you fly the last San Juan? Because I think the last San Juan happened either while I was in Indiana or while I was in Portugal. I don't recall. Is that when you were in Miami for over an hour holding on taxi? That's the one. Yeah, and they put a little kid in the penalty box and made him wait because he skipped ahead of the entire taxi line. And then some kid reported that he was holding short.
1306 Charlie, Boise ground, runway.
I got a shout out.
Left taxi via Alpha, Whiskey.
I got a shout out from some random person in the who was obviously watching the stream. And then the controller wondered why he didn't get a shout out. And then I called. Oh, it was fantastic. Where's my freaking hate the new Twitch dashboard. I absolutely hate it. Like, let me go to my channel so I can view my videos and my clips. I absolutely hate it. I don't want to hear myself though.
Resume normal.
Was that for me? Was that for Sky Camel 717?
Sky Camel 717, affirmative. Resume normal speed.
Resume normal speed, Sky Camel 717. Cool.
Solid Lake approach, Delta 3838190, information Foxtrot.
Let's see if we can find this. It's gotta be on here somewhere. I know somebody clipped it. Of course, the top clips are all me crashing the airplane.
Descend via Leahy 5 arrival, and do you have a runway preference?
Either one of the 16s is fine, and we'll descend via the Lehigh.
Nah, whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, you get the idea. We had a good time.
30, expect runway 16 left.
That's what you guys always do. Have you seen the creator dashboard? Like, this thing is even worse. Like, this thing used to be somewhat useful, and somehow they made it basically useless. All these buttons over here can be modified, but the only thing I really care about is being able to modify my stream info. The rest of this, like, I don't even have this thing up. Yeah, like, I think that this thing is just largely useless.
Retard.
I agree.
Retard.
Let's manage this descent.
Salt Lake City approach 125.7.
Flash 23, Craig, thanks for 8 months.
125.7
Cheers, buddy. I appreciate it. Hit us with an ad break. Dude, there's no reason to. Like, the amount of...
Retard.
If I hit you guys with an ad break, I would make probably 30 cents, if that. Like, there's no reason for me to do that. Stakes, thanks for 11 months, man. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate it. Like financially, it would be better if everybody clicked on the watch ad for bits and then gave me the bits, because just blasting people with ads, not fantastic at all.
It sounds like you're talking through a pillow, but you are readable.
Sounds like you're talking through a pillow. Seems like a lot of filler, yeah.
Salt Lake City approach.
And the old design wasn't great either, but it's just like the design of that thing doesn't match anything else on Twitch. Like from a user experience standpoint, there's nothing on Twitch that matches the way that thing looks. And it's just it's kind of infuriating. Okay, we gotta wait on speed brakes to one approach.
Delta 3838.
Got the airport, but that doesn't matter.
Drive, Delta Romeo Yankee Victor Echo. Resume the leash high 5 arrival.
Is it too late for pillow talk already? Not for Ian, it isn't apparently. I use it for chat and editing titles. Yeah, right? Like, well, I don't even use it for chat because like it doesn't work with my chat setup. What the hell was that?
If everyone watching right now donated $1, you might be able to buy enough milk or diapers for a week.
Stakes, thank you very much for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Cheers, buddy. There was some animated GIF that played right before you, right before that thing went up there. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Now, if you have like 10,000 people watching you or more, what the hell is that?
Just off your 3 to 4 o'clock and roughly 7 miles per
7,000 and airport.
If you have a large number of people watching you, like tens of thousands, then it somewhat starts to make sense to run advertisements. Like for Dr. Disrespect, yeah, it makes sense to run some advertisements because he's actually going to get some impressions out of it. Like he might make $10 or $15 every time he runs an ad. But for 146 people, nah.
So the 3838, it appears you're just flying direct to the airport. You're no longer navigating on the arrival. Are you able direct drive to rejoin the arrival?
Yeah, we skipped some steps here. Yeah, we'll go direct drive right now until 3038.
Real world instrument pilot, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there.
Join the arrival.
Delta 3838.
You can pick the gift to play the donation. Oh, okay. I don't actually see those when you do that. So they show. I just happened to look over. I saw some random animated GIF playing, and I was like, "What is that?" Thank you very much, though. I appreciate it, man.
Alright, we'll go direct pit now.
If I recall, Ben, you're also a recently currency recently acquired instrument pilot as well, right?
Southwest 2020, climbing through 8800 via these shit.
If Liz get ad breaks, I couldn't imagine running my ad breaks for my 3 viewers. Yeah, right? That's why it was kind of silly for people to get up in arms about that. But like from Twitch's perspective, it's totally a perception thing. Because like the cost per 1,000 impressions on YouTube, my cost per 1,000 impressions is like $7. So for every 1,000 ad impressions, I make $7. I get about, I don't even know what the number comes out to. I get about like 10 to 15,000 ad impressions a month on my YouTube channel. And on Twitch, I think the cost per milli is even lower. Like I think the cost per milli on Twitch is probably something closer to like $3 or $4 per 1,000. Like advertising is not the way to make money in content creation, that's for sure. I'm not judging the size of a channel. That's not at all what I'm saying here.
17 contact Salt Lake City approach. 12. I'm sorry.
Okay.
125.7.
125.7. Sky Camel 717. Cost per milli is what they use. Like that CPM is actually that's the phrase they use, Toto. I agree with you that it's probably wrong, but cost per milli is what they use, CPM. You can go look it up. It's like approach Sky Camel 717 11,000.
Bravo 2515 contact Seattle Center 121.4.
I'm gonna call myself Skyhawk at some point. I'm like, what is my call sign again?
Oscar 130.
Cost per mil. Oh, yeah, right. M-I-L-L-E, not M-I-L-L-I.
Left, clear for takeoff, wind 1605.
Same thing. Whatever. Iowa Scotsman, good to see you.
Sky Camel 717, Salt Lake City approach. Traffic off your 1 to 2 o'clock, 9.5 miles, turning southbound. A Challenger descending out of 7,500. He's on the visual approach runway 17. Report in sight, descend maintain 7,000.
7,000, look for the traffic. Sky Camel 717. All right, let's get a speed cell. 240 knots is fine.
401 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake City.
Videos on YouTube where there's so many commercials, like a solid yellow line below the video. And that's the thing, is that YouTube is not going to give you a guaranteed impression every time you see that yellow line. So if you're, sometimes the viewers will get one of those ad breaks, and that's where they could potentially see an ad break, but it doesn't guarantee they will see an ad break there. It's all weird, man. It's all real weird.
Delta 3838, contact Salt Lake City, approach 125.7.
There's almost no chance I'm going to find him.
Sky Camel 717, turn right heading 080.
080, Sky Camel 717.
Southwest 2020, contact Albuquerque Center 134.32.
Okay, there we go.
24.32, Southwest 2020.
Start slowing it back. Bring it back to 180. This is our base turn here. Ben Filler, good to see you, my friend. Happy Friday. Titanium Druid, welcome aboard. Sometimes I think people play games of how many ads can I stuff in this video. Oh yeah, totally. Because there's people that don't care about that stuff. Like they don't care about they don't really care about their viewers and the experience their viewers are having. Okay, I think we can bring the flaps back.
Portland, altimeter Timbers to arrival.
We can bring the flaps to 15. Below 240. That'll start getting us slowed down a bit.
Delta 3838, Salt Lake City approach. Thank you. Maintain 7,000.
I'll get ready to just take over and fly this myself.
Going on 7,000, Delta 3838.
Sky Camel 717, fly heading 150 and report Seattle Airport in sight, just about off your 3 o'clock and 12 miles.
Heading 150 inside, Sky Camel 717.
Sky Camel 717, clear visual approach runway 17.
Clear visual approach runway 17, Sky Camel 717. 18.3 is tower.
Delta 3838, turn right heading 080.
Right 080, Delta 3838.
Autopilot disconnect button.
Sky Camel 717, that Challenger is about your 12 o'clock now and 8 miles.
Alright, we're looking from Sky Camel 717.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Because 19er Echo, contact Albuquerque approach 127.4.
I do not have him. I really should.
Southwest 1992, Denver clearance, stand by. Delta 3838, Salt Lake City.
Speed brake, auto brake.
As you're rolling out, should be about your 3 o'clock and 14 miles, reporting.
Lights.
Alright, 3830, we'll call the field when we come out of the rollout.
Why don't I have him? Sky Camel 717 has traffic.
Sky Camel 717, thank you. Follow that traffic and contact Salt Lake City Tower.
Over to tower, Sky Camel 717 have traffic.
Delta 3838 has it.
Delta 3838, clear visual approach, runway 16 left, establish funnel, contact tower 128.1.
Still high, fast. Salt Lake City Tower, Sky Camel 717, visual 17, traffic in sight. We're looking for 121 on the speed.
Sky Camel 717, Salt Lake City Tower, wind calm, runway 17, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 17, Sky Camel 717.
For 451 and Echo, Albuquerque, approach Albuquerque, altimeter 3030. Expect visual approach, runway 8.
I don't know how to reset those, so I'm not going to worry about it.
42 Tower, scanning 1306 Charlie, expecting a handoff to departure.
1000.
Check.
2 mile final runway 17.
006 Charlie, contact Big Sky departure.
Order departure, 1306 Charlie.
For 1 at Echo, turn right, heading 170, descend and
There's
maintaining
2 white, 2 red. Where's my runway traffic at? He's clear. Power.
Challenger 1 thing is here is clear on Kilo 4 going into Atlantic.
500.
Check.
Challenger 1 Tango Sierra, taxi to parking via Kilo 4. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Parking Kilo 4 and same to you. Thanks for your help.
You're down 3 green, flaps down indicated, lights are set.
Right base for 16 left.
Runways and cyclones received, we're landing.
200.
Delta 3838, Salt Lake City Tower, no problem, wind calm, runway 16 left, clear to land.
16 left, Delta 3838.
100.
1306 Charlie, Big Sky departure, radar contact.
50,
You
40,
can descend and maintain
30, 20.
8,000. And I'll have a, actually you're on the airway now.
Okay, reverses out, decel. Braking.
006 Charlie, turn right heading 140. Join Victor 330. And are you able to maintain 9,000?
Yeah. It's real easy when the winds are calm.
006 Charlie, correction, turn right.
Latvian charter with an all Italia livery flying into Salt Lake City on an almost extinct aircraft. Happy Friday indeed. Hell yeah.
Cross over the east, the airway on the east side of Boise, and then you'll want to join the westbound airway.
Whew, okay. It's like Tower, Sky, Camel 717, clear Kilo for Atlantic.
Sky Camel 717, taxi to Atlantic via Kilo 4 Kilo. Have a wonderful evening.
Okay, Kilo 4 Kilo to Atlantic 717. We'll see you soon.
So 1 letter Echo, turn right heading 100, join the runway 8 localizer.
Traffic.
Hello, everybody from John Fly's channel. John Fly, thank you very much for the host.
No 1 letter Echo.
I hope you were all doing well.
The left turn heading, make it 090.
I'm on Kilo. Oh. I'm on the wrong taxi. We'll go non-movement area, then it's fine. John, thank you very much for the host, my friend. Good to see you guys all. Hope you're all doing well. We just flew into Salt Lake City. We are flying in the Rotate MD-80 tonight. Next flight's going to take us out to Reno, out of here. Taking a look at version 2, or version 1.5, I should say, of the Salt Lake City scenery.
Charlie, so you're crossing over the airway.
How did that sim go tonight, man? KG Cacti, good to see you. It's 9 King K, welcome aboard. John Fly, we'll see you as well, buddy. Happy Friday, man. Thank you for the host.
You can descend and maintain 8,000.
Plenty of room here. Actually, this is not where I want to be. This is the jet center. We're going down to the bigger ramp down here.
Turn 10 degrees left.
I love this airplane. It's so good. Thankfully, we're in a non-movement area, so it don't matter what we do. Only 3 mistakes in my first F&O. That's not too bad. That's about a dozen less than everybody else that flew, so you're in good shape. It's your first F&O, really, dude? Crazy Diamond, thank you very much for 5 subs, man. I do appreciate that. You get a sub from Crazy Diamond, make sure you say thank you. Cheers, buddy. Once again, I have to talk about my mug here that my wife got me. Let's turn her off. You can't read what it says because it's, you know, dark. Or it's light out, I should say. But it says, I want to buy an airplane, but my wife says nah. Oh, crap. All right. Let's pop in here real quick. Park brake on. APU is online. APU is there. That's good. That's good.
Retard.
What do we do here? Oop, that was the wrong one to hit. That's the one I meant to hit there. You can come off. You can come off. And then I think we can just kill the engines now. Actually, when the crossbleeds can come on. Now we can kill the engines.
Retard.
MV John's good to see you. Real Sanchez, good to see you. Where was the F&O? Where was the F&O tonight? I honestly don't know. I think it was Minneapolis this evening. Good group of guys in Minneapolis. I hate to say it. One of the reasons I didn't do the F&O tonight is because I know that Minneapolis handles it so damn well. It's sort of maybe a little bit less than exciting sometimes. But, yeah. All right, folks, I'm going to step away for a moment. John, thank you again for the host. Anybody who is here, hello, happy Friday. If you're sticking around, we'll see you soon. If you're taking off, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night and a wonderful weekend. I will be back in about 5 minutes or so. Let's turn that on, turn that on. A little bit of tunage going. TV's a little Hawaii. All right, folks, we're back.
Expect flight level 340 when 0 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 106.1. Walk 3711.
You can call me killer, 'cause I'll bring you to light, and it might taste bitter.
Tower 100 Echo,
when you're
short final, runway 8.
You can call me killer, as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner, I won't get away this time. Won't get away this time. Won't get away.
That was a little louder than it was supposed to be. You see the Twitch pillow? It's pretty sweet.
Southwest 2020
Dude,
rider.
better than the Twitch pillow. Hang on. The one that you can't see is the Xbox pillow. I love this thing. I got this at a Microsoft trade show a couple of years ago. I felt ridiculous taking this on the airplane with me, by the way. It's pretty sweet. Oh, that was the wrong one. Ah, right. Hey, I got a new chair, by the way. I didn't show you guys that either. It's a little smaller. I guess it's too hard to see. Whatever. I got a steel case chair. I actually decided to spend some honest to God money on getting the chair. The GT Omega, as it turns out, is not great for 8+ hours of use. Which I work from home, so that's my life now. Takeoff International. Yeah, there you go. Kelvin 907, good to see you. All right, let's do some flight planning. Do a new flight here. I did not get the EMEA Air. Just the EMEA. This one, yes. Black. This thing is sweet. Super comfortable. Super, super, super comfortable. Everything adjusts on it. I did not pay that for it. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with this chair. Doing all the research and whatnot, it was either going to be a Herman Miller or a steel case. And the steel case was kind of more up my alley. All right, we are KSA 717. We're going to be out of KSLC, heading over to KRNO. That's all set. Airframe is going to be the MD-80. Sit. That's all done. That's all done. The dessert one, I like it. To my bad. Hell yeah. Scotty the Hottie, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I use a Herman Miller at work. They're not really worth the money. Yeah, I had an Air on when I worked for Liberty Mutual years and years ago, and I broke the damn thing. I didn't really want a mesh chair. If I had gotten a Herman Miller, it would have been the Embody. It would have been this monstrosity, but I can't afford $1,500 on a chair. That's a lot. That's like that's like three times my spending money for a month on just a freaking chair. So yeah, this would have been the thing I would have gotten, but the steel case, dude, steel case has some amazing chairs. And they were they came highly recommended by pretty much everybody I read about. So the EMEA was what I got. I think the other one that's very similar is the Leap. What was the other one? The Leap, yeah. So it's like the EMEA and the Leap are kind of two of the same types of chairs. This was the runner-up. This guy's a bit more expensive though. And the things I read about it said it was actually a little bit less comfortable. So yeah, that's why I went with the EMEA. And the EMEA was cheaper too. I got it for $370, I think, was the final price. I bought an Amazon warehouse deal. If you don't do Amazon warehouse deals, you should, because you can save an enormous amount of money on stuff. And the chair showed up. I'm pretty sure it's never been used. It was a used chair for roughly half price, and I'm fairly certain it never was even taken out of the box. So I'm very happy with my purchase. All right, KSA 717, MD-80, Slant Lima 447, yada yada yada. Yep, 320 SMF alternate. Dessert to my bad. Remarks I'll put in here. Sky Camel, just so the controller, if the controller sees that, so they know. We just start from Frankfurt, not tonight. One of these days we'll get back over to Europe. I'm not going to do a European stream until we do a Saturday afternoon stream or something, because there's not a lot of point for me going to Europe at like on a Friday night when there's no controllers and there's nobody in Europe watching, or I should say there's a lot fewer people in Europe watching. All right, I just filed. Anybody else coming with us? Who's that? All right, Mr. Aircini's tagging along. Okie dokie. That's all done. That's all done. Go back. And then I wanted to just make sure we're filed. SLC Reno. That's all good. Fantastic. Do sim brief or do 4 flight 2. I think that route's going to be accepted, so I'm not too worried about that. KSLC, KRNO. And then departing SLC on the Desert 1. Is it dessert or that's probably desert, isn't it? I want to believe that it's the dessert departure. But it's probably the desert departure. I just ruined it for myself. Come on, man. You can't do this to me. Taking that all the way to BAM. I'm disappointed now. A camel in the desert? Say it ain't so. Oh, man. Coming in on the my bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. What's our time en route going to be? Hour 2, that's not too bad. I'm gonna set these up too. SLC airport diagram. Departure is the Desert 1. Desert 1. I'm going to call it Dessert. The Desert 1. This is what happens when I don't have a beer. Don't drink, kids. It's bad for you. 2, 3, 4. Got them all. Okay. Mouse. Yeah, I gotta get my Stream Deck set up one of these days so I actually can, like, do stuff. All right, my friends, thank you very much for sticking around. Welcome back for flight. Thank you all for sticking around. Welcome back for flight number 2. My name is Catstrator. I will be your host tonight. I have the baby monitor because my wife disappeared this evening and forgot to bring the baby monitor into my office. And the baby's been waking up lately, so we'll see what happens there. You got this. You got this, man. I have so much faith in you. Sky Camel. CPHL, what's going on, man? Pula Cat, welcome aboard. High-end quality chairs can get insanely expensive. Dude, it's insane, isn't it? Toto, you have a pretty good chair, right? I like mesh chairs. First go right through. This shirt off on. I will note that yeah, I have noticed that certain bodily functions are being held a little bit better in the fabric padded chair that I'm in compared to the former leather chair that I was in. Definitely made that observation earlier this evening. Oh, right, my friend. What happened to the first flight? We did the first flight. We just flew it. Aspen to Salt Lake City was fantastic. You should have been here. We're in the Rotate MD-80 though, for flight number 2 as well. So let's get this thing loaded up, and it'll be a little kind of chill this evening for this flight. Sim Brief is telling me we've got 155 passengers, so we'll call that 75 in the back and 80 in the front. 75 in the rear, 80 in the front. No, it doesn't have a good ring to it. Zero fuel weight is going to be 116. Our current zero fuel weight is 117.1, so we need to take 38. We need to take 1,100 pounds out of here, so let's do 3372. Our trip fuel for this flight is going to be 8.4, 8,400. So our zero fuel weight is within parameters, our gross weight was within parameters, and our landing weight is also within parameters. Fantastic. Let's grab the stairs, deploy the forward stairs, open the doors, start all this, expedite all this, close, 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 close. Thank you for playing. I hope you enjoyed watching all the animations as they happened. Nope. Tease. Okay. Let's call grab clearance before I lose my mind. Clearance delivery is 27.3. I apologize. I have a mitt in my mouth. You got to deal with that.
ATC information golf 0154 Zulu. Wind 120 at 6. Visibility 10.
You're not mad at all. Not mad, don't worry. But hey, I know now.
Wait, Stakes. Are you serious? You didn't know about the warehouse? Well, thank you very much for the donations the donation, by the way. Did you actually not know about Amazon Warehouse? Dude, it'll change your life. I promise. You gotta be careful when you buy stuff. But the warehouse, the Amazon Warehouse is where they resell all the returns and open box items. So like this Nintendo Switch here, I bought on the warehouse. I bought this on the warehouse before Nintendo Switches were easily obtainable. They were selling for $100 to $150 premium, and I found one in the warehouse that was a return that ended up having never been opened at all for $50 off MSRP. Yeah, I was happy about that one. Dude, it's amazing. May hope and take it easy. Well, I'm happy to have helped you then, Stakes. You're either going to save money or you're going to spend more money. We'll see what happens.
Advise on course heading.
Thank you very much again for the donation, dude. I appreciate it.
Is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information golf.
Golf.
Salt Lake City International Airport. ATC information golf.
We'll find out, yeah.
0154 Zulu. Wind 120 at 6. Visibility 10. 16,000 scattered. Ceiling 3,000 broken. Temperature 3. Dew point -3. Altimeter 3037. Arriving and departing runways 4. 16 left. 16 right. 17. Visual approaches in use.
Okay, so we're taking off south.
Simultaneous approaches to parallel runways in use.
Cool. All right. Turn her back up. Our SLC. Remember, it's the dessert one, not the desert one.
That entered in, just confirm descend via Peak 3 arrival.
What have I missed? Artist formerly known... oh my gosh. Artist formerly known as Sifl. You missed the first flight. We're just about to take off out of Salt Lake City and head over to Reno. And Stakes tonight just learned about the Amazon Warehouse through Amazon.com, where you can get open box and clearance items a lot cheaper. Things like my computer chair, where I saved $400, and it had never been opened before. Salt Lake Clearance, good evening. Sky Camel 717, IFR Clearance Reno. Take us mini, good to see you. It's me, Stifle. Gotcha. The desert departure for the flying cannoli.
Sky Camel 717, Salt Lake City clearance. Good evening. Clear to Reno Airport. Desert 1 departure. Battle Mount transition is filed. Maintain 10,000, expect flight level 320, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.5, squawk 2665, do not exceed 230 knots till advised.
Clear to Reno, Desert 1, Battle Mountain as filed. 10,000 departure 320 within 10, departure 135.5, squawk 2665, and remain below 230 knots until advised. Sky Camel 717.
Sky Camel 717, read that correct. And are you still on the east side?
Affirmative, yeah.
Sky Camel 717, roger, expect runway 17.
We'll expect that, thank you. All right, turn that off. Hop down here. Departing and arriving, route page, K. SLC. Oh man, Amazon warehouse gonna change your life, dude. I bought a lot of camera gear off the Amazon warehouse as well. So like I bought a lot of lenses and stuff that were like returns and whatnot. That have also saved quite a bit of money over just like buying straight up, and I've never had any issues. Things like, yeah, I bought a lot of stuff. I don't even. Like, there's certain things where it's like, all right, we're going to buy that new. But, like, I've done some audio equipment that way. Haven't had any issues. USB hubs and things like that. I'm all about saving a few bucks if I can get away with it. Departing SLC, runway 17 on the Desert 1 to BAM. Add that. Arriving in Reno. Where are we going in Reno? Why is it not showing me the airport overlay when I zoom in? What the hell? Okay, what's Reno doing? 1904, Reno's landing south. And the FBO's on the west side, so we're gonna ask for 16. I think you get 16 left no matter what. So we'll plan for ILS 16 left. Oh, you're gonna get 16 right. Okay, ILS 16 right then we'll plan for. Yeah. 16 right, good. We'll don't worry about that. We're gonna be on the My Bad 2, no transition, execute that, go to legs. Look for the discontinuity, that's fine. This is a vector departure, which we'll brief here in a second. My Bad to BAM, execute that, that's all fine, that's all fine. Zompo. Zompocom. Or anything is possible. Okay. In at ref. Put our new weights in. Wait, no, we want to go to takeoff. Perf. Put our new weights in. Fuel is in. Our reserves are 6.1 today. Yeah, I know we're getting there, buddy. Hold your horses. 6.1 on the reserves. Cost index is 42. Cruising altitude for this flight is 320. Yes. And the winds for this flight are going to be 283 at 57. 283/57. I don't know if that actually does anything with this airplane, but it makes me feel better putting it in. The ISA is +5. That's all set. Takeoff page. We'll use a flex for this one, so we'll flex at 45. And we'll reset those once we can. Our CG is going to be 8%. Fantastic. CG of 8. Flaps are 15. Let's line the green up with the black. I think I know where we're shopping from now on. Well, happy to help. Remember to check the descriptions carefully. Yes. When you are buying used or open box or anything like that, make sure you check the descriptions. You make sure you understand the quality of the thing that you're getting. You understand the thing that you're getting is what you expect to get. You understand it has or doesn't have certain cables and whatnot. Make sure you do your homework. I don't want anybody to get screwed over as a result of my potentially bad advice. I can only tell you my experience. Okay, we did Desert 1 departure. Taking off runway 17, climbing right turn on the heading between 280 to 340 as assigned by ATC. And then radar vectors to cross Dirch at or above 12,000 feet. And then on to Bonnie, Desert, and on from there. 12,000 at Dirch, 14,000 at Bonnie, 15,000 at Desert. And we are 230 knots. And we're up to 10,000 feet. So, easy enough. Okay. So let's do 230 knots in the speed. 230 knots there, set. The initial heading will be assigned by ATC. Initial altitude is 10,000 feet. We're going to go vertical speed up at 1,500 feet per minute for that climb. So heading set, that's set, that is set. Push that button in right there. You want to make sure that 100 is orange down here, or the plane will happily fly past the altitude that you have punched in, because it don't care. So 100 heading select vertical speed's fine. We're going to take off flex temperature. The assumed temperature is 45. That's set. EPR limit is supposed to give us like FMS EPR or something, and it doesn't. Worry about that later. And then our squawk code 2665. Let's turn that off. 2665 TARA set. All right, FMS is set, VNAV is set, glare shield is set. People fuel loaded. We're good to go. All right, pumps on. We have nothing in the center tank, so we don't need the center pumps. And we'll turn the packs off. 1, 2. Seatbelt sign can come on. System B for this flight. And turning right. Turning 2. Sorry. Max were here, he'd be upset with me. Turning 2. N2's coming up. Wait for the N2 to hit about 20%, and then we'll add fuel. Midwest Zach, good to see you, man. Hammer JE, welcome aboard. Do you have the Just Flight PA2AR? I do. It's a good plane. Your mileage may vary. Maybus, good to see you. Did you like the new Star Wars? I'm not really a Star Wars fan, so I haven't seen the last probably 3 Star Wars movies. It's not really. I don't really watch movies, nor do I watch TV. Like I watch TV with my wife. I don't watch TV kind of on my own, and I just like movies are just like I can't sit down. I can't dedicate an hour and a half to 2.5 hours to sit down and watch a movie. So I'd rather be playing a video game. Scared the crap out of me. All right, it's one good engine. Niter off. That can come off. And turn in 1. N2's coming up. Harmer, good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year. Jetfire, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. I'm looking at a cheap immersion circulator I may pick up the homebrew with. Thanks for the warehouse heads up. Absolutely. I can't believe... And don't take this the wrong way, but I'm actually surprised that you guys didn't know about that. Actually, one of my friends didn't know about it either when I was talking about that. So I guess, I don't know. I guess it happens. Yeah, always look at the new and used stuff on Amazon. And Amazon Warehouse is what you want. Be careful with the other third-party retailers, because you might get crap. Once you start going a third-party retailer route, then you're dealing with basically like eBay, only less reliable than eBay. I've been pretty good, Zach, man. Been busy as all hell lately, but it's good. I'm very excited to be here flying this evening. Those can come on, that can come on, those can come on. Everything else is set because we didn't touch any of it. Because I'm not concerned. You're all good. And then 0, 11, 15. Right rudder. Left rudder. Left aileron. Right aileron. Pull back. Pull forward. Set. Excuse me. I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, I am missing something. V speeds. V1 139, V rotate 142, V2 147. Excuse me. Tickle my throat. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's grab ground. Ground for 17. It's going to be 21. It's ground point 9er, 21-9er. 21.9er. And then tower is going to be 118.3. That's it. Can't wait for 2020. I think it'll be good on the Xbox as well. Really mostly on internet speed due to internet speed accelerates. The internet speed.
Tower, Southwest 1992, holding short of 17 right for ready for departure IFR.
The internet speed's not going to play into how well it runs on your system. It's just going to play into how good the scenery can look. I would assume that they will make it run well on the new Xbox when they decide to, when they actually do end up releasing that. Well, we've still got some time before that happens.
On departure flight heading 185, clear for takeoff, runway 17 right, Southwest 1992.
There's a whole bunch of us here. Oh, Libby, you're still flying with us. Who's behind you? There's Cinny. Nice.
Ready for departure.
Ready for departure.
Alaska 369 Seattle Tower, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff, when 17020, gust 26.
16 left, clear for takeoff, Alaska 369.
Retard.
Salt Lake Ground, good evening. Sky Camel 717 is Atlantic Aviation with Gulf Taxi. Sky Camel. Oxbox, thanks for 33 months. Hope all is well and the holidays haven't been too crazy.
Salt Lake City Ground, runway 17, taxi via Kilo.
17 via Kilo, Sky Camel 717. We're down to Sky Wagon now. That's going to be a Skyhawk by the end of the night for sure. Oxbox, thank you very much, man, for 33 months, dude. It was a crazy holiday. I'm so glad that it's done. It was fantastic, though. It really was a good time. But thank you very much, dude. Cheers, buddy. Happy 2020. Clocky180 here with the Tier 2 sub for 35 months. Clocky, thank you very much for 35 months of support. And thank you for the Tier 2, man. Cheers, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year's to you as well, sir. I pop in and here's my favorite controller. Sky Camel. That's the call sign tonight. Pete, sorry, I get to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Pete, if I recall, you were here either on Monday or I think it was Monday, and we were talking about the Sims. You had a bunch of questions about which Sim to run and things like that, right?
Retard.
JC Villum, thank you very much for 30 months, man. I appreciate that. Cheers to you, buddy. And next, Sonoma 980 for Sonoma 980 for 7 months with the Tier 2 sub. Sonoma, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Thank you, both of you guys.
Alaska 369 Seattle.
Can someone be Wet Camel?
Retard.
If it's a valid call sign, sure. Sky Camel is a valid call sign for a valid airline. Once I'm back on a normal schedule again and not running on like a madman, I should be back on the stream more regularly. I'm having withdrawals. All good, man. When are you going to come fly with us, Oxbox? Happy Friday, Sonoma. Good to see you, man. Where's the beverage holder? There's a cup holder right there, I think.
120 runway 16.
That might be my biggest complaint about the airplanes I fly in the real world is there's no place to put my cup of coffee. I gotta find a place to wedge it. It works when it works when I have a Dunks coffee cup because I can kind of wedge it and it's sort of, it's styrofoam, so it sort of forms into a spot and holds there. But if I have my big metal coffee cup, forget it. It's gonna fall over in flight. Let's pick up the pace in this taxi a little bit here. Let's see, Ben's gonna be taking off here. Somewhere.
Salt Lake City Tower, Delta 824, short of 16 left, ready for departure.
Where's he at?
Southwest 1992, Denver, departure radar.
Why am I not seeing any traffic?
Expect direct solar.
Actually, I did see Ian earlier. Never mind. Well, he hasn't taken off yet. Dude, hit the throttle and go.
824 Salt Lake
There he
City
goes.
Tower on departure flighting 295, runway 16 to left, line of point.
If you're new to PilotEdge, that's another person.
Okay, 295 on departure.
I joined the flight for the first time with your curiosity about setting up my own flight simulator. Gotcha, okay. Recommended X-Plane 11 and a GPU with a 2060 or 1660 Ti. Gotcha, okay, that's what I thought. I can't have coffee in the plane, too small bladder. It depends on where I'm flying and how far I gotta go. This was a problem I ran into on my Pittsburgh to Lafayette leg. I took off before I had my coffee. And I had my coffee when I was in the air. And by the time 3.5 hours later, I got to Lafayette, Indiana, I had to pee like you wouldn't believe. like, here's the plane on the ramp, put the chocks down, I'll be right back. I'm here overnight, I'll fill it up. Whatever, just let me go pee. Yeah, if Max were in here, he would attest to the smallness and yeah, the issues I have with my bladder and flying airplanes. Whenever we went flying, I was always like, I got to get off the airplane and go pee. It didn't matter if it was an hour flight, a half an hour flight, or a 3-hour flight. I was the first one in the bathroom. It's my curse. Tower 18.3, tuned up. Departure 35.5.
Clear direct dirt, join the departure. Climb via acidic set, maintain flight level 230.
Check.
Leaving 10,000, resume normal speed.
There's Arseni. In his 737, probably in the Zebo, my guess.
Clear for takeoff.
I drove tight to 3 miles to a brewery, needed 4 P stops. Listen, it's not funny, okay? Right, Eagle 11? I'm pretty sure Eagle, when we went up, I went up before and after the flight. Salt Lake Tower, Sky Camel 717, holding short 17.
Sky Camel 717, Salt Lake City Tower, runway 17, line up and wait on departure flight 295.
Line up and wait 17 on departure 295, Sky Camel 717. Alright, there goes Arseni. There he goes.
396, clear direct Zelek, contact Seattle Center.
Approaching runway 17.
Thank you. I love seeing other airplanes.
Entered runway 17.
Thank you.
9,500 feet remaining.
Appreciate that.
Zelek, the second fix.
17's identified. Oh, look at that. It looks so good, man. Oh.
Sky Camel 717, runway 17, clear for takeoff, wind 120 at 6.
Clear for takeoff for me 17, Sky Camel 717. Lights!
Delta 824, contact departure.
Camera.
Departure,
action.
Delta 824.
Southwest 1992, clear direct solar.
Engines up. Alright, auto throttle on. Okay, power's up. Very D-rated compared to that last one. Airspeed alive. 80 knots.
Alaska 369, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 230. Delta 824.
V1. Rotate.
Salt Lake City departure, rate of contact, leaving 10,000, clear direct dirt, during the departure, resume normal speed, climb via acidic set, maintain flight level 230.
Gear.
Delta 824, reaching 10,000, clear direct dirt, and resume normal speed. Sky Camel 717, contact departure.
Departure, Sky Camel 717. Okay, we'll accelerate to 230 knots. It's like departure, Sky Camel 717, 5,900, climbing 10,000.
Sky Camel 717, Salt Lake City departure, radar contact. Leaving 10,000, clear direct dirge, join the departure. Climb via acidic set maintain, flight level 230.
Leaving 10,000, direct dirge, resume the departure, climb via acidic set maintain, flight level 230, Sky Camel 717.
Southwest 1992, contact Denver Center.
I can't remember.
127.02.
Over to Denver Center.
Let's drop the nose a little bit.
127.02 Southwest 1992.
Let's just go VNav on.
006 Charlie,
Ah,
have your
let me
request.
VNav it. Climb. Oh, EPR limit's the one I want to press, not FMS override, EPR limit. There we go, VNav climb, except I need the speed override to 230 knots.
So 1306 Charlie. At gate, cleared RNAV runway 30 approach and report inbound from Bellier.
Okay. Gear up, lights out, flaps indicated. That's off. Those are good. Fantastic. Select departure, Sky Camel 717. Do you still want us 230 knots?
Sky Camel 717, affirmative.
Okay, 230 knots, Sky Camel 717. Just making sure. Big dispatcher, good to see you. We are on PilotEdge. Uberbot, what's going on, buddy? Wide viewer happy, welcome aboard. Hope you guys are all doing well.
Alaska 369, contact Seattle.
I can almost guarantee you I did, Eagle. There's 10,000, we'll go direct dirge. Direct. Dirge. Direct. Execute.
Contact
Nav.
Salt Lake Center 133.25.
3325,
So we want to see a level off at 15,000 feet to desert, which is in the FMS, so we'll see if it does that.
Traffic.
That's actually a traffic call out. Yeah, I see him up there. We got plenty of room.
Alaska 369.
It's 172 Sierra pop out in front of us or something. Quantity, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday, my friend. Stop the plane, I need to pee. Yeah. Trust me, when it comes to road trips or airplane trips, I'm good for about 2 hours. So like my wife and I on big road trips, we pretty much stop every 2 hours and pee. It's like clockwork. Oh yeah. Beautiful departure out of here. Never mind some of that ortho. Looking a little funky. All right, we should see a 15,000 foot level off. Is it gonna do it? Hey, it is! I love how we're shocked. I'm shocked every single time the VNav does something it's supposed to. It did it!
So the 2257 Salt Lake City clearance standby.
So we're supposed to stay here until we get to dessert, and then we can climb from there. We're 230 knots at 15,000 feet. Almost tempted to put some damn flaps out. Look at the alpha on that plane. She is not happy like this. 5 degrees nose up. Any sick drops from the stream? No, I haven't got anything yet. How can I edit my username? Yeah, you gotta wait a few months before you can change it again. You can reach out to Twitch support and see if they'll help you. But
34010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 2755.
Never flown to Brazil. I have not. Guisper Auto. I'm gonna say is how I'm gonna try to say that and butcher it. I'm sure. Happy Friday. No, I have not been to Brazil. I've never been to South America. The furthest south I've been in the real world is Aruba, which I guess is kind of like almost South America. But Brazil is not. Brazil is not on the top of my list of places I want to go visit. That being said, my wife would love to go to Brazil, so I may end up down there at some point. And we have a missing ortho tile we're going to fly over for a while, so we'll look down at the instrument panel or something.
Delta 4096 contact.
I just keep getting the Zemo to free sim sub. It happens. Oh, that was for me.
Resume normal speed, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Resume normal speed, climb and maintain flight level 230. Sky Camel 717. Alright, let's wipe out this restriction.
Delta 4096, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 340.
So it's going to accelerate now, a little bit of climb going. So because she gave us climb to 23,000 feet, we can ignore the altitude restriction at desert now and make our way up to the 23,000 feet and then up from there. With that high alpha to use now. Which looks pretty good. 2872 Sky Camel 717. 2872. Set. Salt Lake City Center, Sky Camel 717, 16,200, climbing flight level 230.
Sky Camel 717, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, Sky Camel 717. Alright, 320 now. VNAV climb, nav track, 320 selected, FMS EPR. Up we go. We made it. Thank you for the answers. No problem, man. Good luck. Yeah, you can change the capitalization through your Twitch profile at any time. If you want to actually change the name, then you gotta wait. But the capitalization you can change at any point through your profile. Because you'll notice that when you see catstrator, it's all lowercase. It was not initially all lowercase. And if you haven't noticed that, now you've noticed something. Now you've noticed it. Look at that beautiful ortho out there. Oh man, I love it when the sim just renders just perfect terrain. For example, did you know that the Bonneville Salt Flats are actually just a big square body of water? In fact, this is labeled as being the Great Salt Lake on the VFR chart. See? The Great Salt Lake Desert, I'm sorry. We'll pretend we don't see that. The Great Salt Lake. Damn it. Don't ruin this for me. I think there's even boats down there.
Salt Lake Center, Skylane 1306 Charlie, inbound on Bell. Yeah, I've fielded the site, going cancel audio for now.
Nailed it.
06 Charlie, for cancellation is received. Squawk VFR. Radar services are terminated. Change to advisory frequency approved. Have a safe landing.
Squawk VFR, change to advisory. Thank you. Good night, 1306 Charlie.
It happens, okay? I've been there to remember being square. Listen, you shut your mouth, Ernie. Don't ruin this for me, okay? Yeah, I think there's a military base or something out there. Utah tested training range, and so I think that because of that, there's a lot of missing scenery and like geographic data, and it's one of the there's like 2 or 3 tiles that I still have yet to just delete completely and turn them back to default. Like there's a tile that I think the tile that we're coming up on is going to be default scenery because there's a whole block of them out here, and I keep forgetting about this one. All I got to do is go in and delete the actual scenery, but I have to figure out which tile it is, go out, do it, and it's just a pain in the butt. It's an airport of some sort there, probably. It's a giant hole in the earth. This is X-Plane's answer to Flight Sim 2020. Look, we have boats in our desert. Crazy, this is how you fix bad frames. If you have poor frame rate, just remove all the scenery. Jonathan 00100, good to see you, my friend. KK Bash, how you doing? I'm doing pretty well, man. How's your Friday going? A shell script, welcome aboard. That's not a massive government infrastructure project. Maybe. Don't question it. Like you can even see the road, like it's rendering all the roads in down there. There's probably an airfield. Yeah, Windover. Oh, that's probably Windover right there. All the roads are going to be in there. There's going to be traffic along them. You're going to have the interchanges. Like, X-Plane thinks that everything is fine.
Reno Airport, Desert 1 departure.
The actual scenery tile is saying, I don't have any data.
Maintain 10,000.
Oh yeah, there's another one over here.
35010 minutes after departure.
So this is actual ortho. That's going to be another bogus tile. Every time we fly out of Salt Lake, I do this. And I realize I forgot to fix it again. There's just some long-ass bridges. I know, right? It's also, so the water out here is also sea level. So like the altitude at Windover is 4,237 feet. So it stands to reason that most of the terrain out here is probably about 4,000 feet or so. Which means that the sea level is actually, like the water is actually, 4,000 feet below. So that block right there, if you flew into that thing, that's 4,000 feet of space you got to cover. Yeah, there's Windover. There's a runway. We could land on that if we wanted to. Might be something to do one of these days. Blame it on the Mormons, right? We're almost out of it, though. The Great Square Lake National Park. Landing on that could be an interesting, right? Yeah. It's not quite accurate, though. There's actually 2 runways at Windover. And I'm...
Seattle Center, last 369, can we descend?
And they're both asphalt. That's not asphalt.
240, contact Seattle Center 132.6.
Oh, that might be. Oh, you know what? That might be Windover right there.
Down to 240, last 369.
I bet that's Windover. Yeah, that's got to be it. So I don't know what that is.
2257. Salt Lake City ground, runway 16 left, taxi.
I have no idea.
Hotel.
It's all right. Who needs fat cement for to have last, right? We can laugh at my inability to make ortho scenery.
Yeah, so now after
we still got time to kill, so
at flight level 240.
Something needs to entertain us.
Oscar 369.
Home of the 509th Composite Group. I don't know what that means.
Altimeter 29906.
It's rather messed up. It's fine. Just a couple of tiles, man. We're almost done.
2996, descend and maintain 13,000.
The other one is the Great Seamont Airport. It's not charted. That's weird that it's not charted. Whoa! Is that the speedway it's showing down there? Might be what it is. No? You know what? I actually have no idea. That could be the Bonneville Speedway, or a straight section of the Bonneville Flats Speedway. I bet that's what it is. There's a spaceport around here, but it's just a runway. It ain't on the chart, man. You know what? Let's do this. QSAL. Salt Flats. QSAL. Weird. Something about it's like an X-plane thing. Because if you search QSAL Salt Flats on Google, it comes back with the X-plane scenery gateway. So yeah, somebody might have made a fake airport there that is it's the straightaway. The straightaway? Is it the straightaway? I don't know. The straight section where they race all the cars. Have I talked about the Flight Sim 2020 video with snow? I haven't. Flyboy F-117, good to see you, man. Yeah, I mean, so you guys probably saw that Microsoft put out a video that showed snow, which is freaking awesome, dude. Everybody, I think, was blindsided by that. Like, they kept that one pretty well under wraps. You know, I can tell you that when we looked at the sim, there were no scenery, or no seasons or anything like that. We were very limited as to the time frame that we could use when we were there. But yeah, I don't think anybody was expecting to actually see snowfall because of the fact that it's ortho. So I don't know if that was added in because people were asking about it, or if that was a thing they had planned all along that just so happened to just so happened to give us a surprise or whatever. But that's cool because it was a really neat video. If you guys haven't, let's just go watch it. We got nothing else to do. Catstrator reacts to YouTube videos. Jesus. Flight Simulator MSFS official. There you go. If you haven't seen it. It's pretty cool. They got a really good team making video game trailers out there, too. Because it's worth noting. So here's the thing. You see the snow banding, and you see it progressively falls. So it's not like it just starts off as snowy. You can see the snow banding. I want to point this out. You can see precipitation banding, okay? And the snow gradually shows up. And they're rendering it on top of the buildings, which is cool. Yeah, like this is just mind-blowing that they're doing this. Because like they're doing it over ortho scenery, and they're doing it over a mesh that is generated from satellite data. Plus you can see like the runway and whatnot. The runway has snow on it. The roads have snow on it. Here's the A320. Was that? What kind of plane is that? Is that an A320? Because that wing seems really super narrow. Oh, it is a 320 because it's got the strap or the thing on the top. Is that Aspen?
Alaska 369, Spokane approach. Spokane altimeter 2996. Confirm November.
Did you say Spokane? I think it's Aspen. Where's Aspen at? Aspen. Satellite. Where's the airport at?
Oscar 369, fly heading 050, vector I left, runway 21, approach, descend, and maintain 7,000.
I don't think it is, no. Close, but not quite.
2257, Salt Lake City Tower on departure.
It wants to be Aspen.
205, runway 16,
Right.
clear for takeoff, wind 12006.
That's cool. Yeah. I want to go back to this, like, because this is this is a very impressive thing that I've noticed from this trailer, and definitely not anywhere else, where the rain is actually in the snow. Sorry, the snow is actually in motion, and you can see areas where it's heavier and areas where it's lighter. And one would have to assume that if you flew through that precipitation, that you would notice those changes in intensity. It would be safe to assume that if it applies to snow, it also would apply to...
280, vector base.
Heading 280, Sky Camel 717. One would have to assume that if it applies to snow, it probably also applies to rain.
1992, contact Albuquerque Center, 134.6.
That's cool though. It's a really neat thing. Because like all of us in X-Plane have not had seasons ever. And even in P3D, it's kind of like, not the greatest, you know? Maybe that's God's Light of Coke, right? QSAL is a valid airport. Oh, okay. So the Grey's Anatomy thing? Nah, it's probably some... I'm sure that that's some royalty free thing that they've got. Dad's gave me one. Good to see you. She did say Spokane. Isn't Bing data a composite of satellite, aerial, and other photography methods? Yes, and it's also a laser, or it's also a scan, photogrammetry scan of the terrain as well. Definitely not anywhere else. Yeah.
2257, contact departure.
That does sure sound an awfully lot like volumetric weather, doesn't it? Yeah.
Service 4096.
Cronoxy, good to see you, man.
Runway 16 left, taxi to hotel.
I dug into that. It was actually QSAL according to Airport Nav Finder. That's crazy, dude. Because it's not on the VFR chart. Huh. That's cool. Well, apparently we're flying too fast or something. I don't know. But yeah, that video definitely released some new information that we had, like beyond just the snowfall and all that stuff, that if you paid attention, we hadn't seen before. Its position is something like 40 miles northwest of the VOR there. Aha!
So it's 2257.
The Bonneville VOR?
Climb VFIT.
Be a lot closer than that.
Cleared direct.
I flew 9 miles. I flew like 7 or 8 miles away from the Bonneville VOR.
At or above 9,000.
And it was like right underneath us.
Retard.
All I want out of 2020 is a great 748. They have shown 748, haven't they? I think they've shown that in one of the teaser videos. Stealth Talent 4, thank you for 30 months, my friend. I do appreciate that. Cheers, buddy. Thank you again, man.
Seattle Center, Warrior 618 Echo Romeo.
7.8, gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
Miles east of the
that coincides with what we flew over then, yeah.
Following to Olympia, if possible.
Is that another missing tile out there? No, yeah, man, it's all sorts of missing tiles.
Direct Battle Mountain, join the departure.
Direct Battle Mountain, join the departure. Decom 77 or Sky Camel 717. Keep doing that.
Alaska 369, turn 10 degrees left, is going to maintain 5,000.
Is it great? I have no idea. The 748 was not in at the event. At the event, we had the Robin, G1000 172, and the TBM.
Seattle Center.
And they haven't shown. They've shown the interior of the Airbus once, I think. And I think I'm pretty sure one of the videos they showed the 748 or the 747. All right, direct to BAM, and then nav mode, and off we go. More missing tiles. I gotta come out here and butcher this scenery at some point. I don't know. It depends too if I really care. Let's be honest.
Your radar contact 32 miles north of Yakima.
The amount of time that I'm going to spend in this scenery is pretty limited.
Confirm the aircraft type and requested cruise.
Did I say .com again? I did say .com again. How many call signs are we going to have? Listen, okay?
987 and aircraft type is
I don't want to hear your lip.
Over to Olympia.
Oh, I forgot about this here. Let's do this. Wait.
Okay, Echo Romeo, roger.
Why isn't my featured message showing up? I think it's broken. Feature chat's not working. I was going to highlight that message. We're on our way into Reno right now. Looking at lots and lots of poor scenery. Jackal! What's going on, Jack? Happy Friday, man. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Everybody say hi, Flying Jackal. He hasn't been here for a few weeks. I'll feature my own damn messages. 150 gang. Fuck it. Is BAM part of the arrival? It's part of the it's part of the departure. The first point on the arrival is going to be my bad. Yeah, we got some time though. We're still half an hour out. You should be flying Orbex TE Washington instead. Just wish PE had more coverage out here. I mean, all the untowered airports are covered, and a chunk of the towered airports have coverage too. You can get VFR flight following between any airports in any part of Washington State. Yeah, PBO. This plane, the texturing of this plane is fantastic. Like, this thing is like, what? Is this thing 2 years old or 3? I think it's 3 years old now, right? Yeah, I think it's 3 years old because I'm pretty sure it came up before I was partnered. There are not many planes that have been through more changes than this thing. That's for sure. Because this thing definitely had its issues on release. Will the Rotate MD-11 come out before 2020? That's a good question, yeah. I suspect probably not, but who knows? I'm jacked on barrel rolls. It's all good, Uber.
Okay, we're past S-Pen now.
Get this Joe not found in here telling dad jokes again. Holidays were good, man. It was super busy, Jack. We hosted people at the house here on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day for dinner. And then we had people over for lunch on Christmas Day. And we went to a couple houses on Christmas Day, so it was really busy. But overall it was a fantastic holiday. New Year's, my wife went to her uncle's house on New Year's to celebrate with her cousin and a bunch of their friends, and I stayed at home with the baby, and it was fantastic. I polished off a bottle of wine. I played some Skyrim. It's pretty much all you could ask for in an evening. Yeah, there aren't a lot of towered airports out there, Ryan. I mean, there's definitely some that aren't covered. Like Olympia's covered. Like, there's a lot of stuff around the actual Seattle area that would be nice if it were covered.
Delta 824, descend and maintain for level 24, correction.
Yes, actually, I think all the airports there are covered now too. Tacoma Narrows doesn't have coverage.
78340, Delta 824.
And neither does Renton. Like Bellingham doesn't have coverage. There's a lot of untowered airports out there. Like Yakima's covered.
369, turn
Richland's
right,
not covered. But Walla
Walla.
Oh no, Walla Walla's not covered either. It's Lewiston. It's covered. So yeah, it's probably I would say probably half the towered airports it seems like are covered in Washington. Well, like a lot of people just don't take advantage, and you can go to them. You can go to them and treat them as if they were
26.6, Ada Romeo.
You can go to them and treat them as if they were another untowered airport. So. They're working on the FMS and autopilot 3D modeling textures are done. Yeah, and for those guys, I think those guys, it's a side project. Like, I think they all have day jobs, so. I hope they get it out. I hope they get it out and make some money. You know, either way, when it comes out, I'll probably cover it, even if I got to fire the sim back up here. Same thing with Jack's Q400. Whenever you guys get that thing going.
Another Warrior 8 Echo Romeo, 618 Echo Romeo.
Doesn't BLI require Canadian ATC? That's a good question. I don't know, Ben. Oh, you're right, it does. The departure and approach frequencies are Victoria.
Approach and
departure services are provided by Victoria Terminal on frequencies 32.7. Huh. I did not know that. Wild. Wonder why that is.
369 looks like you're just paralleling that heading there. Didn't work too well. Fly heading 3.
Like it's, I guess it's, maybe it's because of the proximity to Abbotsford? Because it's not like it's close to Victoria, you know, Victoria International or Victoria Airport, or even Vancouver for that matter. That's weird. Huh. Learn something every day.
So the 4096, a Mach number.
Why did the superhero flush the toilet? Because it was his duty.
Thank you.
Get out of here.
Delta 2257, contact Seattle, correction, contact Salt Lake Center.
Remember Lumber saying something about that. That makes sense, yeah. Huh. I wonder if that's like that anywhere else.
Southwest 1992, contact Albuquerque approach 124.32. Actually wrong. I'm sorry, that was the wrong one. 127.4.
Over to Albuquerque approach at 127.4, so 1992.
So yeah, we're about 28 minutes out. We're still on the departure.
Salt Lake City Center, Delta 2257 at flight level 210, climbing via the SID.
It's all going to happen pretty fast though once we get a little closer here.
Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Yeah. Take it easy, Zach. Have a good night, buddy.
Maintain 340.
We will see you soon. So yeah, I've kind of run out of. I have exhausted my weekly set of topics to talk about.
Turn right.
That flight simulator video was kind of last thing. I forgot about that too.
8,400.
What else is going on? I already mentioned flying. I got a couple of trips planned for flying. Oh yeah, I got to start studying soon. So I got my aviation weather book downstairs. I want to do some more reading up on aviation weather to try to better understand weather and patterns and things like that. So if you guys have any, by the way, if any weather nerds have like weather recommendations, like weather book recommendations, let me know. And then I'm going to start this weekend pretty earnestly on my commercial and CFI training. My goal is to look at trying to get CFI done by the end of probably by like April or May. So if I can knock that training and all that crap out in the next like 2 or 3 months, it'd be fantastic. I think that's being super optimistic. I think realistically, I'm looking at like June or July. Like realistically, I probably want to try to get it done before Oshkosh. How was Kitster? Oh, she's fantastic too. I don't know if I really have any pictures. She's been teething, so she's been a little bit of a pain in the ass lately. I think she's got, I don't know where she's got new teeth coming in, but she's just like, she's constantly drooling. She's constantly just cranky as all hell. There you go. And she likes to watch her Portuguese cartoons on TV, which we try to not use that often, but once in a while it's like, all right, just put the TV on so we can go get some stuff done. I laughed at that one because my parents used to tell me that if you stood too close to the TV, you would ruin your eyesight, and that's completely false.
Delta 824, ready speed, Mach point.
Oh, here you go. This is a cute one.
Okay, we'll slope to 76, Delta.
Hang on.
Sky Camel 717, ready speed to Mach point 76.
Mach point 76, Sky Camel 717.
Skywest
76 is what we're already doing.
Lake City Tower.
Oh, yes, I will accelerate to spot 0.76.
Runway 16 left, clear for takeoff. Wind 140 at 6.
All right, it's the cutest thing you're going to see all day. Get ready for this.
Alaska 369.
Every time she hits it, that one in particular.
150.
It kept her entertained for all of 10 minutes before she threw it down and then went on to the next thing. But it was 10 minutes of somewhat bliss. -5, and she's still cranky. Yeah. Yeah, she's getting real big too.
Southwest 1992, turn left via left turn.
So she's already trying to figure out how to get out of the baby gate. This is her life's mission now, to escape from the baby gate that we put up. As we've now baby-proofed, or more or less baby-proofed, the living room. She got a chair, and she promptly lost access to said chair because she started climbing on the back of it and basically almost rolling herself backwards. She's getting huge, though. Yeah. I think it's part of the problem, too. I think she's growing, and she's got the teeth coming in, and just everything's going on. She has discovered my Xbox.
Oscar 369.
If you don't follow me on Twitter...
join the localizer.
So the Xbox beeps when you push the button, and she kept pushing it, and occasionally the Xbox would actually turn on and scare the crap out of her.
Oscar 369, you are 2 miles from Low 6 now. Maintain 5,000 until Savage localizer. Cleared ILS runway.
That one made me laugh.
From you are receiving the localizer.
Funny things about having kids. What's that, takers? Somebody asked about it. Yeah. I posted on Instagram, yeah. Somebody asked about Amalia, so whatever. It's cool. Last one here. This is Christmas Day. It's not really very well in focus, but you get the idea.
So the 824.
She was happy a few minutes prior.
Heading 270,
and then she wasn't.
My bad. And vector for CC.
Anyway, that's Amalia. She's doing really well. She has her ups and her downs. She's being really clingy and all that stuff right now, but we're fairly certain it's because of teething. My Instagram is TD Shuff, same as my Twitter.
Okay.
I guess it's not up there, is it? I don't really post that much.
270, expect my bad, and vector for space.
Heading 270, Sky Camel 717. Delay vector.
Skywest 4096,
Delay vector. Delay
Southwest
vector.
1992, you obviously did not hear my turn here. Turn left immediately for a train. Left turn, heading 060.
Not sure which lake is out here. Such wonderful scenery that we're flying over. I got a lot of missing tiles out here. Holy crap. Pretty much the entire like northern Nevada area is just toast. You spend your first year teaching him to walk and talk, and you spend the next 17 telling him to sit down and shut up. Yeah, there's some truth to that. Quantident, thank you very much for 20 months, my friend. I appreciate that. Cheers, buddy. We didn't encourage her to walk, by the way. Talking, maybe. We definitely have not encouraged her to talk to walk because we knew that at some point she was just going to start walking anyway.
1992 Albuquerque Center.
Here's another one. If you guys follow me again, you've probably seen this one, but this is my favorite Santa picture. She didn't cry. She just gave him this look like, who in the hell are you? Why are you holding me? And what's wrong with your face?
1992 Albuquerque approach 124.32. Climb and maintain 9,100.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Altitude in your area is 9,100. Please climb immediately.
Supposed to say this. Oh yeah, 20 months. Always good to see you flying. Hopefully we'll be able to join with the new system. Absolutely, man. You gonna start streaming again, Quantident? Who are you, dude? You're not the real one, so put my ass down.
Just about to do that. Contact booking tower 118.3. Thank you.
Yeah, that picture's hilarious. Anyway, that's the child. She's doing really well. Being a father has been interesting. My wife looks at me about once a week, and she says, "Can you believe that we had a child?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's been a year, and it's been over a year now. Like, this was a conscious decision. In fact, it was roughly 2 years ago that it was a conscious decision. Things happen. I don't know about how scheduled I can get. Do plan on at least trying to stream a couple times a month. Nice, man. Well, we'll look forward to having you back streaming. Lake Mount Augusta.
I changed the wrong radio and lost the frequency. Southwest 1992.
Southwest 1992, Roger. I'm going to go ahead and give you a turn to get you back towards the airport. Turn right heading
I think we're almost out of this crap.
And you can contact Albuquerque approach now on 123.9er.
Winnemucca.
050 and
Winnemucca.
123.9er. Thanks.
Winnemucca. That airport, Winnemucca.
Delta 4096.
The 3900X is amazing, dude. It's awesome. Yeah, it's been 14 months in like a week or 2 weeks, I guess. Yeah, we're 13 and a half months now, dude. It has been it has gone by very fast.
Frequency again, Delta 4096.
Delta 4096, Oakland Center 132.905.
295, thank you. I bet that's going to be my next frequency too. Air City will get his frequency change, and then I will get my frequency change. Home of some of the best brothels in Nevada. Must be why the airport's so big.
Delta 1992, Albuquerque approach. Nice to have you back.
Hey, Taker's Minion, do I dare ask how you know that?
Runway 8 approach. I'll have a descent for you.
There's nothing wrong with it, trust me. That's the lost city of Atlantis, yeah.
Oakland, good evening, Delta 4096, 340.
Delta 4096, Oakland Center.
What sick drops do we get? We get a free Zebo and a month of VATSIM. Ars Bubba, good to see you, buddy.
Left, direct, my bad.
It's been a while.
Delta 24.
I could use direct, my bad. Hint, hint. I guess it's false advertisement by saying drops are enabled when there's no drops that you're actually going to get, but you get your month of VATSIM. Full disclosure, I'm stealing that from Uberbot. I used to drive big rigs, and you would hear them advertising on the CB, free food and conversation with no obligation. That's fantastic. Okay.
No problem.
Taker's meaning that totally makes sense then. It's pretty much all truckers talk about, right? Prostitutes and cops. You stole from Keith Smith. Aha.
Southwest 921 Oakland clearance, standby.
Okay, now we got actual ortho. Nope, not there. Let's look that way for a bit. Scenery. How was the food?
Delta 4096, descend via my bad to arrival.
Descend via my bad to Delta
Ernie's not worried about the conversation. He wants to know how the food was.
Delta 824.
It does get lonely at time on the road. I got you there.
9 or 5.
Oakland 132.9 or 5, Delta 824.
I mean, those places probably live and die by the...
Sky Camel 717, turn left, direct my bad, join the my bad to arrival.
Okay, direct my bad, join the arrival. Sky Camel 717. I got my call sign again. I would imagine those places live and die by the quality of their food, so... I mean, I'm sure the quality of something else, too, but...
Delta 824, level 340, direct my bad.
Delta 824,
My bad.
Oakland Center, thank you. After my
My
bad,
bad.
descend via my bad to arrival.
After my bad, descend via my bad to Delta 824.
My top of descent is before my bad, but we'll make it work. There's actually no crossing restrictions aside from a stay above, so it's not super important that we start down right away. Those as well with the dying out because of police and sting ops nowadays. I mean, why would you do it in Nevada anyway, where, you know, prostitution is legal? Not that I know anything about that. I don't care either. That's your business. I just think it's funny that that's the random fact that we get to know, we get to learn about today. as we cruise through here. I-80. So that's where I-80 goes.
Southwest 1992, present heading.
I come from a long line of truck drivers over the years. And I have definitely, I guess maybe not been exposed to that culture, but there was certainly a time in my life when I was on a path to becoming a truck driver. As with anything else, you wonder, well, would that have been better or not, you know? Prostitutes are not legal in some parts of are not legal in some parts of Nevada. Ah, okay. Well, I know you, like in Vegas, they can't solicit in Vegas or something like that. That's why you got the guys that are giving you the trading cards as you're walking around.
Southwest 921.
Lock Sky, good to see it. How do you make the game look so good? We're using ortho-photo scenery. So I generated scenery with a program called Ortho for XP that is being used to then put real map and real stuff on the ground here. If you go search for Fork Boy and X-Plane, you can find a pre-rendered or pre-compiled version of the scenery that you can go grab. And you'll have very similar looking scenery. It looks fantastic when you're up high, that's for sure. It's mesmerizing to just fly over this stuff and just look out the window and like, wow.
Center Southwest 553, flight level 360.
Southwest 921, read back correct.
Black Sky, good to see you, by the way. Happy Friday.
Sky Camel 717, contact Oakland Center 132.9 or 5.
3295, Sky Camel 717.
Southwest 553, Oakland Center, good evening.
Oakland Center, Sky Camel 717, Papa 320.
Sky Camel 717, Oakland Center, good evening. Descend via my bad to arrival.
Send me the descend via the my bad to arrival, Sky Camel 717. What was the pre-configured ortho Fork Boy? What Ernie just put in chat. Okay, so this takes us down to 11,000. Actually, we'll do 13,000 feet initially. Push that in, hit that button right there, and then we're going to go vertical speed.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust.
Okay.
Clear of conflict.
Great. Oakland Center, Sky Camel 717. Is there a speed that you want us at in the transition? Otherwise, you're going to get 300 knots.
Sky Camel 717, resume normal speed. This looks like y'all got good spacing now, so it should be fine.
Okay, normal speed, Sky Camel 717. Thank you, Uber. V-States from Vertical Sim is good as well. Tripping on my call signs tonight, yeah.
Sky Camel 717, any speed, your current speed or less will be more than perfect.
Okay, we'll maintain 280 knots then, Sky Camel 717. Cool. On the road again.
Contact Oakland Center 132.2.
132.2.
I drove trucks for 13 years. Now I'm retired and working in the motel industry. How does one end up working in the motel industry after driving trucks? Honest question. And do you work at do you have like a single motel, or do you have a chain of motels, or like how does that? And you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. I'm like legitimately curious. I have this thing. When I learn people have jobs that I find are different, I become deeply fascinated with said job. Like, Takers, Mindy, if you and I... Oh, you applied the job and got it, okay. If you and I were to sit down and have a beer or coffee at some point, I'd probably just ask you a whole bunch of questions about your job. Because I don't know anybody that works in the motel industry. And I think it's fascinating. As dumb as that may sound.
1992, you're 2.5 miles from Albuquerque, maintain 7,500 till established local as you're cleared. ILS, runway 8 approach.
Ooh, excuse me. Need a carb?
Oakland Center, good evening.
What's a carb? KK Bash, I'm not sure what you mean by that. About to be promoted to assistant general manager at the motel I currently work for. Nice, man.
Los Angeles Center 124.62.
Better or worse than being on the road?
124.
I'm guessing better if you're not doing on the road thing anymore.
Skywest 4096, Field level off, contact Seattle, correction, contact.
Hi, James, take it easy, man. Have a good night.
128.72.
Oh. Without a degree. I think we're going to see a rash of people over the next 10 or 15 years that discover that getting a degree is maybe not something they have to go do.
Spec 10 right. We have Lima. I presume that's a visual, Delta 24.
Visual approaches are in use, but you can do insured approaches are available if you like, and just confirm 16 right.
16 right.
16 right, Delta 24.
35.8 Ciatus.
Salt Lake City Center, Skywest 1496, flight level 230.
There's an accent.
1496, Salt Lake Center, common maintain flight level 350.
Temperature 7.
I'm getting the ATIS.
Altimeter 3021. Arriving and departing runways 16 right.
1992, contact Albuquerque Center. I'm sorry, Albuquerque Tower 120.3.
If you guys can't hear it, I can.
Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Lima.
Lima.
Seattle Center, Warrior 618 Echo Romeo. We're hearing reports of weather deteriorating or potentially, so we're going to divert to visibility 10.
Ceiling 25,000.
Winds are calm.
Temperature 7.
Lima. Got it. Fixed. Eagle doesn't have a degree. Didn't need it when I was younger. Couldn't get a degree to be a hacker. That's fair. Pilot Meister, good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year. Happy Friday. Happy decade. I'm at home with my wife most every night. Nice, man. Yeah, that's a better way to be, then.
Camel 717, contact Oakland
32.2, Sky Camel 717.
Delta 4096, contact NorCal approach.
I know there were many strained relationships in my family due to the prevalence of them working in the trucking industry. It's almost like it's like being like being a pilot. Like you're just always away. Local Center, Sky Camel 717, flight level 242, descending via the arrival. My bad too. Okay, Hoss me above 13.
Oakland Center, Reno altimeter 3021, expect runway 16 right, visual approaches are in use.
And we'll expect that Sky Camel 717.
Delta 4096, NorCal approach.
Okay.
Do you have approach request or visual approach work for you?
Before that, I think we're before that big ridge of mountains out there. So, got the weather. Let's do init ref. This could be 135 knots the approach speed, so 40 degrees slash 130. And we'll go for 135 on the approach.
Right.
Set.
Present heading to maintain 9,000.
Work a lot of third shifts. Okay for us. I'm one making decisions about what happens during my shift. That's good, man. Huh. Well, part of, like, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I'd still would pick your brain. It'd be weird, but I'd pick your brain. Kind of interesting. I thought you didn't need a degree for most things. It depends. I think the value of a degree is starting to become less and less as time goes on.
Southwest 921 Oakland ground runway 30 taxi via uniform whiskey.
Retard.
Packlebort, thank you very much for 25 months of support. I do appreciate that. Cool. Sweet.
Delta
Thanks, dude.
824, contact NorCal approach 119.2.
NorCal 119.2.
Think that, but one can still get a managed degree with school Hard Knocks. Plus, you have more practical experience, a lot of weight. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff I learned in college, I don't really use a lot of it. I mean, I did, so I was an organizational leadership major, and I learned a lot about influencing and leadership and sort of things along those lines that have been very, very helpful. But like, I went to work in the tech industry, and I had very little formal schooling on tech. Like, I've pretty much been self-taught for everything that I do, everything that I know.
220, descend and maintain 9,000.
All right, 11,000. We're gonna be 230 knot by winners. So let's start bringing our speed back then. 230 knots.
Delta 4096 Reno Airport is slightly right.
This is all gonna happen very, very, very quickly here.
Miles, if you have an insight.
So there's the field right there.
Delta 4096 clear as approach.
I don't know, the field's over there somewhere.
Sky Camel 717, contact NorCal approach 119.2.
19.2, Sky Camel 717. 19.2. Go. NorCal approach, Sky Camel 717. Flight level 187, descending, my bad, 2.
Retard.
Camel 717, NorCal approach, expect visual approach, runway 16 right.
Any chance for 16 left, Sky Camel 717?
Sky Camel 717, I'll double check, but I believe 16 left is closed.
Okay, Sky Camel 717, we'll expect 16 right then. Weak. All right, 230 knots. Need to bring my rate of descent up a touch here.
96, 5 mile final contact in Reno Tower.
Let's do this. Let's get our, let's pull the
transition altitude. Nearest altimeter 3023.
Yeah, let's pull the 15. No, we're fine. We're fine. We don't need. I was gonna say let's pull the rug out from underneath us, but we don't need to just yet.
Southwest 1992, taxi to terminal.
I am going to tune up the localizer and the glide slope here just to help me in. So, instrument approach, ILS 16 right, 110.9er. 1090. That's there. And 164 on the course.
Sky Camel 717 after winners. Fly heading 220, it's going to maintain 900,000.
After winners, 220, 900,000, Sky Camel 717. 220 and then 9,000.
Delta 4096.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to pull the throttle all the way back. We're going to go into IAS Mach mode 230, and we're going to pull the speed brake back. And we're basically going to pull the carpet off underneath this descent. So that's going to descend us now at 230 knots down to 9,000 feet at 230 knots. So, all right, we'll get the lights out.
Southwest 921, Oakland Tower, runway 30, clear for takeoff. When 310 at 4.
On the heading, there we go. I'm guessing tower is going to be next. Reno Tower's 18.7.
Delta 4096, Reno Tower, runway 16 right, clear to land when calm.
Set.
Delta 824, traffic about your 10 to 11 o'clock, 8.5 miles at Delta Boeing 737 descending out of 8,000. Reporting.
Delta 824 looking for traffic.
Okay.
Delta 824, fly heading 170.
170, Delta 824. Where was that traffic at?
Alright.
Delta 824, he's currently just about your 10 o'clock, and he'll be moving through your 12 o'clock.
Friday's on today.
8.5 miles.
Nice, man. Alright, sorry, I missed a sub there. KK Bash, thanks for gifting a sub to Siffle. Cheers, my friend. Appreciate it.
5.5 miles turning southbound at Delta 737 reported today.
Looking, Sky Camel 717.
Delta 824 traffic inside.
Delta 824, thank you. Follow that traffic. Clear visual approach, runway 16 right, 5 mile final contact tower 118.7.
Okay, we'll follow traffic, visual approach 16 right, Delta 824 tower at 5 miles, Delta 824.
Sky Camel 717 has traffic.
Sky Camel 717, perfect. Follow that traffic, clear visual approach, runway 16 right, 5 mile final contact tower 118.7.
Follow traffic, visual 16 right, contact tower, 5 mile final, Sky Camel 717.
Southwest 921, contact NorCal departure.
Okay, we can use the localizer and the glide slope to bring ourselves in. Just flew right through the localizer, that's fine. Underneath the glide slopes, well actually it's coming in now, so we'll just get that nose down.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yeah, I don't care.
Altitude. Landing gear.
Don't care about that either.
NorCal departure, Southwest 921 is with you, level at 2000.
With you,
expecting radar vectors.
with you. We are so with you.
NorCal departure, radar contact, climb maintain flight level 190. And stand by, I'll have a turn, expect direct Sacramento.
Standing by.
We'll stand by
We're
for a turn,
October,
climb
standing
maintain 19000 for flight level 190 for Southwest 921.
There's my traffic. Just barely have him up there. There you can see him. I think he's just flying the ILS then. Which I don't blame him. I'm flying the glide slope in. We'll capture the ILS at some point.
Southwest 921, when able, clear direct Sacramento.
Hey, Ash says, do you have the Flight Factor A320? I do. I've flown it a few times on here. Got some pretty catastrophic events in that thing, too. Bitching Betty's always lovely. Yeah.
Southwest 2020, Albuquerque Center.
Jennigan's good to see you, buddy. Nuke Dukem, welcome aboard. No beer tonight. We're taking the month off. It's water and tea for me for the next 30 days. 28 days. It's for the better, I promise.
24 Reno Tower, wind calm, runway 16 right, cleared to land. Traffic is exiting the runway now, should be no factor.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Alright, gear's coming out.
Gear.
Once the gear's out, we're gonna gauge the speed brake.
You go into terminals off of Alpha, I'm assuming. Delta 4096, taxi to terminal via right on Papa. Alpha. Cross runway.
You know what? Let's just turn the flight director off.
Alpha.
It's kind of pissing me off. I got visual. I got my glide slope coming in. We're good.
You too. Southwest 553. Contact to Club Center 132.2.
Let's go and get our speed back.
Alaska 8787, Albuquerque Center. Good evening. Descend via Hyder 1 arrival. East transition.
All right, gears out, 3 green, flaps are down and indicating. Call tower up.
Southwest 553, Oakland Center.
135 is what we're looking for. 130, 135 on the speed.
16 right.
Reno Tower, Sky Camel 717, visual 16 right.
Cross runway
3 mile final runway 16 right.
Take the left of your choice to this runway.
1,000. 1,000's checked.
Delta 4096, hold short, November, traffic is exit.
Ooh, we're a little low.
Delta 824, traffic's just to your left at Boeing 737. Hold short.
Hold short, Delta 824.
Delta 4096, you can continue, Jack.
Yeah, we're jogging a little to the left and we all continue down 46.
Reno Tower, Sky Camel 717, visual 16 right.
Sky Camel 717, Reno Tower, wind calm, runway 16 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 16 right, Sky Camel 717. Gear,
Delta
3 green, flaps down, indicated, lights are set. Runways in sight, clearance received. There's a little bit of a wind shift. Ooh, that's a lot of wind shift.
24, make a right
That was plus 20 knots.
Bravo, taxi to the gate. Left of your choice to the terminal, cross runway 25 at Bravo.
Okay, right on Bravo, Bravo to the gate, cross 25. And we'll go to the terminal, Delta 824, thanks for the help today.
Southwest 921, contact Oakland Center 132.2.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Southwest 921, Oakland Center, thank you.
Okay, versus out, decel. No braking.
Sky Camel 717, are you parking on the east side?
Affirmative, Sky Camel 717.
Sky Camel 717, reverse exit on November is approved if you'd like.
Okay, we'll do reverse exit November, Sky Camel 717. Maybe we will. Elsewin, thank you for the bits, my friend. Appreciate it. We'll go back and watch that one again.
Sky Camel 717, back taxi, runway 25, exit on Charlie, and Charlie to the ramp. Remain this frequency. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Okay, back taxi, runway 25, Charlie to the ramp, Sky Camel 717. Have a great night. Thanks for your help tonight.
pleasure. Hope you have fun.
Approaching runway.
Oh, I did. I'll find a better call sign next time.
It does take a
Entered
second.
runway 34 right. 6,900 feet remaining. Approaching runway 0725. Entered runway 0725.
Desert Camel. Ah, Sky Camel was pretty good, man. We might come back to that. That's right up there with Cowboy for me.
Southwest 2020, Albuquerque.
Oh, that was a good time.
Altimeter 3027.
The hell am I gonna? I'm gonna park right here. We need a Sky Camel livery. It's so good. Oh, this is all not moving area, isn't it? Holy crap.
Oscar 877.
Air City, thank you for the bits as well, man. Thanks for flying along. Elsewhere at Air City, I appreciate it, guys. Cheers. Thank you very much. It's a blast tonight.
Oscar 877, roger.
Pilot Master, take it easy, man.
United 254, any change that clears, please.
And we'll get ourselves replay going here in just a moment.
Right. 2020, roger. Report when you're back, please.
Okay, let's just shut her down. Whatever, it's good enough.
United 254.
I never turned off the APU.
December International Airport. Marble 1 departure, Uber.
Great.
Transition.
Good bit of piloting. Good bit of piloting, yes. Yes. That would explain why we had a 500-pound fuel imbalance. All right. Let's go check the replay out on that. Let's turn the audio down because this plane doesn't handle the audio very well on the replays. Oh, dude, it looks so cool coming in like that. My favorite part about this airplane is watching it on approach. Because you always have just a little bit of the alpha going there. Like, it's just fantastic. Reversers came out and then went back in. Oh. Darling little airplane. I love this thing. Oh, yeah. Right there. That's the spot. Sky Camel don't care about no fuel usage. That's right. Fuel's coming out of my pay. Ah, look at that. Didn't even tail strike. Oh, it's so good. All right, a couple more here. Let's get the wing view going. Customary wing view. We go inside the plane, look out here. We'll get the proper wing view going for you guys. Yeah. Let's forward that a little bit. The approach of Reno is pretty cool too, with the city right there. The way that it is.
100.
You have to make the livery for the Mad Dog too. I don't know how to make liveries, man. I'm not that creative.
30, 20, 10.
The trick to landing this thing is to keep a little bit of power, and that was a pretty firm landing compared to the last one. But yeah, keep a little bit of power in on this thing constantly. All right, last one.
Traffic.
Hey, everybody from Jeff Fabiana's channel, welcome aboard, guys. You caught the very end of the stream here, but check out this amazing landing by yours truly. The only thing we really care about is the last 2 minutes of the flight. The approach, the landing, and the rollout. And nothing else actually matters. This should be a known fact. Jeff, thanks for the raid, man. We'll send them all somewhere else here in a moment. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good stuff right there. MJQ Photo says he's an idiot. I'm sorry to hear that. It happens. My friends, that is the part where we get to call it quits tonight. I wish to thank you all for coming out this evening. And the call sign, that's right, we were Sky Camel tonight. Sky Camel 717 was the call sign this evening. It was pretty, I think the kids would say it was pretty epic. So yeah, great time tonight. Thank you guys all for coming out. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy 2020. Let's go see.